listening to Coleman Community Radio's Coleman County Sports Channel. Tonight. Listening to Coleman Community Radio's online channel for sports in Coleman County. Tonight's broadcast will begin in about 30 seconds.
An exclusive presentation of the Coleman County Sports Network, powered by Coleman Community Radio. Coleman's Live 95.
And he's got Frost on the pitch. He runs over the first man, lowers his shoulder, and bulls his way forward, dragging defenders down for about 7 yards after initial contact. Hall lines up in the backfield. They send a man around. It's going to be a jet sweep. He takes it off the right side. Got a hole. Cuts loose. Down to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown. Aggies. Number 4, Jamison Goat. He's hit in the backfield. Big hit by guess who? Number 78, Carson Jennings. Cross bounces outside. He's across the 30. The 20, he's gone. Down to the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Fairview.
This is the Fairview Aggies Sports Network, presented by 212 Insurance Group and powered by Coleman Community Radio. Coleman's Live 95.
September is upon us, and week 2 of high school football is about to begin. After a trial in week 1 of their patience and their discipline, Fairview rolls into Priceville with a 1-0 record, looking to defeat a team that has knocked them off for the last 2 years in a row. Priceville is looking to right the ship. After losing in their season opener last week, they're looking to get back in the win column, and they're looking to beat a team that is loaded with talent. Last week, Fairview faced Columbia, and last week, Priceville lost to Plainview. It's time to settle this rivalry. It is time to see who's going to bring the heat tonight. It's time for Friday Night Live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Christopher Greer, joined in the broadcast booth by my partner in crime, Mr. Eric Brenneman. Eric, it's good to have you here tonight.
Appreciate that, Chris. It's feeling great right now. Talking about heat, the heat is officially gone, at least for the moment. It feels like a fall football game.
Doesn't it?
It's September 1st. I can sense a little, the crowd is excited. The players are excited. I'm really looking forward to this one, and it looks like both teams are as well.
Well, right now we've got about 18 minutes to kill until kickoff here on the 212 Insurance Halftime Show. And I would like to start by saying that we started doing something new this year, Eric. We have partnered with 212 Insurance Group to sponsor and to pick the Player of the Week for Fairview. And the medal was given out. The winner, he gets a certificate, he gets a medal, he gets a shirt. And at the end of the year, I think there's going to be another prize. But we're going to wait and we're going to announce that on the Aggie Roundup. But the Player of the Week last week was Cale Foster, number 64 for Fairview. You can call him what you want, the hitman. You can call him the minister of defense. But what the opponents call him is Sir. Okay, big number 64 in the middle hit someone so hard last week that he's still probably sitting on a sideline somewhere counting his fingers. And because of that, he won Player of the Week, making plays sideline to sideline. And, you know, offense is great. Flashy scores, fantastic. Defense wins championships.
Yeah, that couldn't be more true, Chris. When you have a scrappy guy like Cale, that just gets after it, play after play. He's big, he's strong, he's quick, which you wouldn't think for his size. So that makes him especially
dangerous.
Dangerous. Exactly.
Well, he's going to have his hands full tonight with the Priceville Bulldogs. And leading the Priceville Bulldogs is a talented group of seniors, starting with number 4, the quarterback, Jake England. Jake England scored both their touchdowns last week. He doesn't throw the ball a lot. Mostly what he's going to do is hand off and run the ball himself. Their top running back, what a football name this kid has, number 34, Blitz Clemens.
He was born to be a running back. What can you say?
Either that or a linebacker, one of the two. The top wide receiver was number 44, Jaden Gordon. And something that I noticed while we were watching the warm-ups, their kicker, number 18, is a senior, Landon Byer. And this guy has a leg.
I was watching him in warm-ups, and you're right. He does have a leg. He's averaging, just in warm-ups there, 45 yards easy. But that ball was easily going over the lights here at the stadium.
Right. I mean, the kicking game for Priceville, I have to say I was very, very impressed with. Now let's flip it, and let's talk about some of the players to watch for Fairview. And it starts with number 3. Eli Frost. Nobody in this stadium tonight, Eric, is going to be surprised by what Frost does. Ever since he was a freshman, he was tagged with the nickname Rocket Man because he was so blazingly fast. But you've got some talented players around him as well. It's a two-headed monster at quarterback. You're going to see Colt Redding, number 15. You'll also see the junior 19, Barrett York. He's a big left-hander, and they kind of interchange them. Okay, they use them. You'll see sometimes both quarterbacks play on one series. You've got a good, talented offensive line, and we'll be talking more about them as we get closer to kickoff. You've got some talented wide receivers on the outside, starting with number 4, Jamison Goebel.
Well, you spoke about Eli Frost right there, their star running back. Last week he ran for 3 touchdowns. He's just continually proving it on the field. He I believe he had the most yards last year in the league.
Well, actually, he set the county record last year. Not just the school record, but he set the Coleman County record. And, I mean, nobody could stop this guy, until he started kind of getting a little bit dinged up there towards the end of the season. If Frost is healthy, this Fairview offense is pretty dang near unstoppable. They spread the ball out, they spread the field, and if you stack the box against him, they're going to pass.
Well, and I think what they've developed over the summer and coming into this fall, they've shown that passing's not their number one option, but they're good enough with it that it opens up that run game. And it's going to be exciting to see if they're successful in that tonight. If they can get the ball forward on some pass plays, even some dink and dunks, it just opens up that middle for the running.
Well, you and I saw that. To those who don't know us, and I'm sure that there's some Hartselle High School teachers or former Hartselle High School teachers out there somewhere saying, who gave these two a microphone? Okay. You and I played together at Hartselle, and if you can just keep the defense honest, if you can just pass enough to where they can't stack that box with 8, 9, 10 men, then it just opens up all kinds of lanes. And this offensive line for Fairview is extremely talented.
Well, my football mindset was always open it up. You don't want to be one-dimensional. You want to keep them guessing, and that's kind of how you have the advantage there. So if you can be successful on either run or pass, if you can do both, then you've got a great formula.
You do. And before I go any further, I would like to remind everybody that this pregame show is brought to you by 212 Insurance Group. You know, if you're looking for that extra degree of service for all your insurance needs, give Kalia at 212 Insurance Group a call. She's providing the extra degree of service since 2021 with over 10 years of insurance experience. 212 is the official insurance of the Fairview Aggies. You know, this team, to me, this team is primed to make a run, Eric. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after these messages on Friday Night Live.
In today's world, broadband internet is an absolute necessity. Unfortunately, the large cable and phone companies only provide broadband internet where it's profitable for them. For the rest of us, there's Cyber Broadband. Providing internet service since 2004, Cyber utilizes a small radio antenna to deliver broadband where cable and DSL don't go. You can join the 21st century today with Cyber Broadband, supporting streaming, VPN access, and everything else you've been wanting to do with that slow internet connection. It's Cyber Broadband for the win. They can be found online at cyberbroadband.net or look them up on Facebook. In business for over 20 years, K&K Logging can handle all your forestry needs. From clear cutting to thinning to select hardwood logs. K&K Logging pride themselves in landowner satisfaction. A Christian-owned company, K&K Logging is quality you can depend on. Kelly Crawford is a Vulcan District Director of the Alabama Loggers Council. K&K Logging, 256-255-3693. 256-255-3693. K&K Logging.
Live 95 is brought to you in part by Merchants Bank of Alabama, a division of South Point, now with several locations across the state, but still located in the heart of Coleman County. They are a proud sponsor of Coleman Community Radio on Live 95. Merchants Bank of Alabama, a division of South Point Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to the 212 Insurance Group pregame show here at Priceville, Alabama, where we're about to kick off here in about 10 more minutes. And we're going to play Priceville Bulldogs against the Fairview Aggies. You know, Eric, I would ask you your pick on this game, but I already know what your pick is. I mean, Priceville, for whatever reason, the last few years, they just seem to have Fairview's number, but I think you're going to see that change tonight.
Well, I think you know, it stays, especially on the seniors' minds, and not just stays on their minds. They work for it every summer. They showed a lot of excitement and energy in week one. I believe they're going to bring it here tonight as well, and kind of settle this score a little bit with Priceville. Priceville seems to might be struggling a little bit this year, but you know, we'll be put to the test tonight with that excellent running back of Fairview.
Well, you know, Priceville's always going to play Fairview hard, and you know, what some of the things that jumped out to me last week that I think probably Coach Rating worked on this week, a lot of penalties. And too many penalties for a Fairview football team. They're a very disciplined group, a very disciplined football team. And I imagine there was some paint peeling on some walls in the locker room about some of those penalties, because I don't see him taking those and just saying, oh, well. But on the flip side of that coin, the team that they were playing, they might not have set the record for penalties in the game, but it wasn't for a lack of trying. I quit counting at like 18.
You know, sometimes you get a lot of new players together, and that's what happens. So it's so hard to be a disciplined team. That's why when you look at Fairview's roster, they've got a lot of seniors, and that kind of translates on the field to discipline, and there's a lot of games that can be won if you're a well-disciplined team.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, the Columbia team that they played last week, they had a new coach. He had a new coaching staff. They were riding on a 70-game losing streak, 70-plus games. And there was a lot of shenanigans that happened in the game. And anybody who was there or who was listening, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Well, they're about to play the national anthem. We're going to come back and talk about last week in just a few moments. We're going to play a couple of commercials. We'll be right back after these messages on Friday Night Live.
When you make the right decision, it feels good, like picking the perfect place to have dinner or choosing a good night's sleep over binge watching TV all night. It feels really good to make the right insurance decisions too. That's why State Farm agent Tisha Brewer is right here in Coleman County to help you select the right protection at the right price. Tisha will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. With State Farm agent Tisha Brewer, it's easy to make the right choice.
I'm Tisha at Tisha Brewer State Farm. We're located behind Cook's Pest Control at 909 Fisher Street. You can reach us at 256-734-4645. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Guthrie's Auto Service has been providing quality automotive service since 1985. Located in Coleman on Eva Road, just north of 157, Guthrie's Auto Service is a AAA approved and Napa Auto Care Center, meaning their repair work is warranted up to 3 years or 36,000 miles. And because they're part of the Napa Auto Care Network, their work is also warranted at over 14,000 Napa Auto Care locations across the country. Terry Guthrie and his team are award-winning, collecting Napa's Auto Care Center of the Year for the Nashville Distribution Center and a People's Choice Award in 2020. More information is online at Guthrie'sAutoservice.net.
For 30 years, Budget Blinds has been the leader for beautiful window coverings. No need to travel when Budget Blinds brings the store to your door. From blinds and draperies to shutters and shades, Budget Blinds has been transforming windows all over North Alabama. And we make it easy with your in-home consultation, custom measuring, and installation. Budget Blinds, 256-727-6550, 256-727-6550, or budgetblinds.com/Coleman.
Coleman Electric Cooperative has been providing electricity and community support to help local people and businesses grow for the last 86 years. The co-op is adding to that legacy with its new Sprout Fiber Internet, giving its members access to blazing fast gigabit internet speeds with unmatched reliability and extraordinary customer service. Coleman Electric Cooperative and Sprout Fiber Internet. Powerful connections, brighter future.
Lord, I'm so tired.
Welcome back to Friday Night Live. I am Christopher Greer, joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Eric Brenneman. And we're here in Priceville. We got about 5 minutes to kick off. We just have a national anthem. You know, you could always talk about the skill positions. You could always talk about Frost and the quarterbacks. But what I think is going to be the difference in the game this week, Eric, I think the offensive line for Fairview is just that good. These guys open big holes. All right, and man, up front they might be outsized like last week against Columbia. Columbia had a bigger team, but Fairview just came out and smacked them in the mouth.
That's going to win you a lot of games right there. They're very aggressive. Doesn't matter if you're the biggest or not. It matters if you're effective or not. They've been able to do that. They've been able to pass the ball to open up that running game. But it all starts with that offensive line, no doubt about it.
The captains are coming out on the field, and for Priceville, they're wearing their black home jerseys with yellow numbers, yellow trim. You've got number 2. That is Ryan Hanks. He's a senior. Number 4, the quarterback, Jake England. He is a senior as well. And number 44 for Priceville, and that is Jaden Gordon. He is a defensive tackle. He's also a wide receiver. On the other side of the field for Fairview, you've got number 2, that's Cade Yeager. Looks like number 26 is out there. That's Carson Jones. He's a senior. Very dangerous running back. As soon as I can get the other numbers, I will give them to you. We're waiting on the coin toss now. Let's see.
Well, it is official. We have had the national anthem. You can smell it in the air. This is fall is here.
Oh, man, the weather is beautiful. The weather is absolutely gorgeous. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. It's beautiful fall Alabama weather.
This makes me want to go put the pads on again, Chris.
Well, you know, I think you and I are both way, way too old for that, although I do get I do get to coach the younger generation now, and I enjoy doing that a lot. It looks like Priceville has won the toss. They're going to defer to the second half. So Fairview will get the ball first. And let's see, I'm still waiting to get numbers. Fairview will receive. They're shaking hands. We're about to see the Aggies come out of a giant inflatable now. The numbers on the other captains, it looks like maybe Jamison Goebel. It's really hard to tell from here because of the angle. The Aggies are going to be in their white jerseys with purple helmets. The Spirit line is already formed on the far side of the field. We've got, well, the clock reads 0, boys and girls. It's time to get real, and it's time to kick this off.
And there goes the fog for the Fairview Aggies. Here they come.
Here they come, carrying the FHS flags with them. And here comes Priceville as well. Oh, man, you can feel it. You can feel it in the air.
You hear it a lot, Chris, but I can really feel it's electric here. It really is. These kids are up for playing this game. They've worked very hard all summer. For Priceville, they had a bad taste in their mouth after last week, fell short. Fairview, another reason for the bad taste, but they're ready to come out and settle the score with these Priceville Bulldogs.
Well, we're about to. We're going to find out what kind of leg that Priceville kicker's got on the kickoffs. We watched him in warm-ups, and, man, he was booming that ball.
I was impressed.
Honestly, for a high school kicker, I was extremely impressed. But when they kick it off, they're going to want to keep that away from the deep guys of Fairview because there is going to be speed back there. Priceville gathers together for a quick prayer on the sideline. I got to say, I love seeing that.
Absolutely.
I love seeing that type of unity. And I believe we're going to get a better game all around this week than we did last week. Priceville is not going to play with the shenanigans that Columbia did, and Fairview is a disciplined ball team, so it's going to be very interesting. They're teeing the ball up. Kicking off for Priceville is going to be, hold on one moment, and I will get that for you. There it is. Kicking off is going to be number 18, Landon Byer. Looks like back deep we're going to have Jamison Goebel. Colt Redding back there as well.
Priceville's going to be on the 40-yard line, kicking from the left to the right here as we watch.
He approaches the ball. Kick is up. It is deep. Good kick. Going to go into the end zone. Land about halfway deep and bounce out the back. So Fairview's going to take the ball over without a return. Not a surprise after what we saw with that kicker. So now we get to see what kind of defense Fairview's going to run, Priceville's going to run against these Aggies. Also, remember, we're not sure who's going to be quarterback for Fairview because you've got Colt Redding, who's going to get snaps. You also have number 19, Barrett York. They're in the huddle. Priceville comes up. It looks like they're going to play a 3-man front. Make that 5-man front.
3 wide.
Barrett York takes a snap. He hands it off to Eli Frost. He goes off of right guard, cuts back to the left. He's going to be across the 25 up to about the 20. They're going to spot it at the 27. I thought he got a little further than that on first down, Eric, but that's still an 8-yard pickup. And we're seeing Fairview going fast now. Barrett York is in the shotgun. Frost is beside him. Now they're going to shift. They have an overload to the near side. He takes the snap, hands it off to Frost off the right guard. He lowers his shoulder and rolls forward. He's going to pick up about 3 yards, maybe 4, and that will be enough to move the chains.
First down for the Aggies. So it's going to be 1st and 10 now from the 32-yard line.
Barrett York is looking at a blitz coming his way. And he's going to call his own number. He's going to go off right tackle. Got a good run. Lowers his shoulder, moves the pile across the 45. He's going to be spotted down at the 46. And that is enough for another Josh Phillips Impact Mortgage first down for the Aggies.
Great run in there. Called his own number. Just ran off the right side there. Was patient. Didn't try to take too much and was able to get 12 yards.
Fairview gets in the huddle. They got Frost in the backfield. Shotgun snap. He hands it off to him. He's going to go right up the gut, and he picks up about 3 yards, and then he is absolutely buried under a sea of black jerseys.
That's true. They ran it right up the middle on that one. Looked like they were going to stop him from no gain, but somehow he still manages 3 yards, almost 4. So there are some holes here. So he's working them early.
They're looking to the sideline now, trying to get the play called. And now they're coming up to the line. 2 receivers to the near side. Barrett York is in the shotgun. He's going to send a man in motion. He's going to swing it out to Jones. It's number 26. He's got the reception and well defended on the sideline, Eric. Picks up about 2 yards. Excuse me, that was not Barrett Jones. Colt Redding was in on that pass and on that completion. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 6 for the Aggies.
Yeah, this first third down conversion attempt for the Aggies. And again, they're hurrying to the line, just ready to go. Looks like they're disciplined so far here on offense.
All right, I believe Colt Redding is still in. He takes a snap, looks downfield. He rolls to his right. He has Jones in the flats. He's got the reception. He's going to go across the 45, the 40. He's down across the 30. Then he's going to be forced out of bounds down at about the 26, 27-yard line.
Almost a 25-yard completion.
But I think it's coming back. The Fairview players are not going down. I think it's going to be a penalty, and it is. It's going to be a block in the back against Fairview. And that is a costly penalty that's going to negate about a 25-yard gain, Eric.
That's extremely tough to swallow, especially on 3rd down. That will push them back. They'll get another crack at this. But, yeah, they had a 25-yard gain clearly, but it looks like it's moving back here.
Well, this is what penalties can do to you, man. You know, they move you out of the red zone all the way back now. The ball is going to be spotted on their own 41. It's going to bring up 3rd and very long, about 15 yards. And I think Barrett York is out at quarterback, the big left-hander, and he is. They tried to freeze him, but they didn't jump. There's the snap. He drops back. It's going to be a screen. And it's very well defended, very well defended. That's going to gain maybe a yard. He threw it to Carson Jones, number 26. And number 26, man, they were very well schooled in waiting on that play. He went nowhere.
They had trips at the bottom of the field here. I would have liked to have seen him go on the outside on that one. I think they had some openings there, but they chose to run it well up the middle, and it was well defended.
Well, now we're going to see the punt unit actually for the very first time for Fairview. And the kick is up. It's going to hit at about 30, take a big Fairview bounce down to the 20 where it is downed. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back on Friday Night Live.
H&S Appliance Outlet is an overstocked scratch and dent dealer offering quality name brand appliances at major discounted prices, up to 75% off. H&S Appliance Outlet also offers factory authorized repair services as well as financing options. To better serve the needs of North Alabama, H&S Appliance Outlets are conveniently located in Coleman, Hartselle, and Arad. A proud veteran and family owned business who's happy to be of service and can be reached on Facebook at H&S Appliance Repair or by phone 256-735-4184. 256-735-4184. H&S Appliance Outlet, a proud supporter of Coleman Community Radio.
Welcome back to Friday Night Live. I'm Christopher Greer. After that punt, Priceville ran on 1st down and 10. They tried to run to the right side, and that play went nowhere, Eric. It was just a mass of white jerseys blocking it. Priceville is stacking that line. Nobody out at wide receiver. They send a man in motion. They're going to hand it off to him on a jet sweep. He's going around the left.
Maybe we could start again. we could start again.
Alternative rock. The Edge.
Online and on our app.
Okay, Aggies have the ball at the 21. Running the play, quarterback sweep to the left side. He gains about 8, but there's a flag on the play.
Still waiting to find out what the flag was, Eric. Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize. We experienced some technical difficulties, but we are back now. Priceville tried to run the ball. They finally got it in 4th and 6, and Fairview was able to force a punt. Fairview now has the ball. It is spotted at about the 20, but I believe that's about to change due to a penalty. We're waiting on them to mark off. I didn't see what the penalty was. I was trying to deal with the computer. Did you see anything, Eric?
I believe it could have been a false start.
Well, it's a 5-yard mark off, so it looks like that's what it's going to be. It's going to be first down. I'm sorry, make that a 10-yard mark off. They're still kind of moving around slowly. Let's wait and see what they do. They're going to spot the ball. It's going to be back at about the 11-yard line. First down and 20 now for the Aggies. They're going to line up in shotgun. Looks like Barrett York. He's got Eli Frost beside him. They shift to overload to the right. They run it that way with Frost. He gets through the initial line. He's going to lower his shoulder and get up to about the 21-yard line, and then he's going to be brought down. That's a big pickup on first down, Eric, and it makes back a lot of yards that they desperately needed.
When you have a penalty like that, the best thing you can do is have positive yardage. They were able to do it there. Looks like both offenses are probing those defenses. Nobody's still able to break free yet, but it looks like if they can get disciplined here, somebody may poke through for a few more yards.
All right, I believe Colt Redding is on the field now. He's going to have Eli Frost beside him to the right. Priceville looks like they're bringing 2 linebackers on the blitz, and one of them comes, the other does not. They immediately wrap up the running back. That was Frost on the carry. He went for no gain. Actually is going to lose a yard. So that's going to bring up third down and a 13. And this is the second time we've seen this Fairview team really operate behind the sticks, Eric. They're kind of known for keeping third and short. But with 3rd and 13, are we going to see them open it up with the passing game a little bit here?
Well, I don't think you have much choice here. We're going to see it. Shotgun formation.
Redding's going to roll to his right. He's looking that way. Downfield has a man. He catches it at the 35. Makes a good cut. And he is going to be brought down at about the 34-yard line. That was number 5 on the reception. And man, that's enough to move the sticks. Ashton McCleskey, the senior, made the big reception, and that's going to be a Josh Phillips Impact Mortgage first down for the Aggies.
Yards after the catch gained him that first down. He caught it for about 6 yards, and he ran for another 5. So good enough to keep this drive going.
Well, they really needed that, too, because that might kind of take that Priceville defense down a notch so they're not blitzing every play because they're bringing the house. He's going to hand it off to the left side. The running back picks his way across the 35. He's up to the 40, almost to the 41. That was Eli Frost on the carry, and he picks up a good, solid 7 yards. And that's 7 yards on first down, bringing up 3rd and 4.
So you can see how that pass completion the play before opened up that middle just a little bit.
It did.
Gained 7 yards on that play.
So now Eli Frost and the team are looking at the sideline. You've got Barrett York, number 19, in at quarterback. He's the big left-hander. He's a junior, has a very strong arm. We've got multiple guys moving for Priceville. He's going to hand it off to Frost on the right side. He breaks through. He's down to the 40, the 30. He's going to be forced out of bounds. Let's see where they spot the ball.
Looks like down to the 25.
A 25. That is a big carry, Eric. Probably about 40 yards on that one. And that will be another Josh Phillips Impact Mortgage first down for the Aggies.
Steady diet of handoffs paying off for these Aggies that they're driving down the field even after that initial penalty. Here they're lined up again with the snap.
They're going to hand it off to Jones. He goes on the right side, giving Eli a break. Big hole blasted open for the offensive line. He's going to bull his way forward for 7 yards, and that is going to get close to moving the chains. makes a very makeable 2nd and 3. But wait, I think we have a flag.
We do.
Not what we like seeing. Waiting for the indication. It's going to be a holding call against Fairview. I don't have a number on that holding call. To give you an idea who is on the line, got number 78, Jacob Mayo. He is a 10th grader. Andrew Latham, number 70, another sophomore. Cale Foster kind of anchors that line. He's a senior. You got number 52, Miles McElroy. He is another senior. And number 50, Eric Gonzalez. Those guys can blast open some big holes in a hurry.
Well, they're going to need it when they get we get these penalties that set the drive back. They were able to bounce back from the last one. Let's see what they do here.
It's going to be first down, about 20. The ball's going to be spotted on about the 34-yard line. Barrett York is in the game, along with number 26. That's Carson Jones at running back, a very dangerous running back. And, oh, boy, is that it? The officials are walking around now. We've got whistles blowing. I'm not sure if it's a problem with the spot.
I believe it was, Chris. Yeah, that's what I thought. They didn't move him back far enough the first time, which they were off by a couple yards there. But
it's going to easily be 1st and 20 now. That's going to move the ball over to the 36. Barrett York is back. He's in the shotgun. He's going to run it himself off the right tackle. Trying to get away from one. He gets away from him. He's tackled out of bounds after a pickup of about 8 yards. But I've got to say, I like how he punished the defender at the end of the play.
He finished strong for sure. They needed a few yards, positive yards there. He got it.
It's going to bring up 2nd down and about 12. You know, you don't, when you get behind the sticks like that and it's 1st and 20, you're not looking to pick it all up at one go. Okay.
That's right.
You're looking to pick up 7, pick up 8, get it to a makeable 3rd and short, although this is 4-down territory. Colt Redding's going to hand the ball off to Jones off right tackle. Got a big hole. He is very close to the sticks. I think he's going to be about a yard short, but an excellent run by number 26, Carson Jones. And, man, we have seen this kid develop and just a very talented running back. He'd probably be starting at most schools in Coleman.
Nice speed on him right there.
Eli Frost in for the 3rd and short. He takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Eli Frost. He's off of right guard. He's going to walk into the end zone. 10-5, touchdown Aggies.
Beautiful play right there. He got started and he just couldn't stop. So he ran right into the end zone. Looks like he mowed down at least 2 tacklers.
And I've got to give credit right now to that Fairview offensive line. They are blasting open holes for big gains. You know, I mean, it was 3rd and 1. Priceville had everybody up close. Fairview said, yeah, that doesn't matter. So now Colt Redding's going to come on to attempt the extra point. And we've got whistles again. These officials really don't want to play the game, I don't think. Let's wait and see. It's going to be a sideline infraction warning against Fairview. So thank you for that one. Now let's kick.
3 minutes and 17 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's the extra point by Fairview. Up.
Kick is up, and it's good. You know, that extra point provides an extra degree of protection for the Fairview lead. And if you're looking for the extra degree of service for all your insurance needs, give Kalia at 212 Insurance Group a call. Providing the extra degree of service since 2021 with over 10 years experience. 212 is the official insurance of the Fairview Aggies. And we're going to take a quick break. Fairview leads with 3:17 left in the first quarter, 7-0. We'll be right back on Friday Night Live.
In business for over 20 years, K&K Logging can handle all your forestry needs. From clear cutting to thinning to select hardwood logs. K&K Logging pride themselves in landowner satisfaction. A Christian-owned company, K&K Logging is quality you can depend on. Kelly Crawford is a Vulcan District Director of the Alabama Loggers Council. K&K Logging, 256-255-3693. 256-255-3693. K&K Logging.
And we are back in Priceville. Fairview is getting ready to kick off after scoring to take the lead early in this ball game, 7-0. They're getting ready to tee it off and kick it off to Priceville. That drive, Eric, there were mistakes made, but I think the senior leadership stepped up and took the reins, and they did what they needed to do. Now they approach the ball. That's called Redding. He kicks it high and short. It's going to be a fair catch at about the 30-yard line where Priceville's going to take over. I saw them do that several times last week. I think one time they actually recovered it. If you're kicking deep, they're expecting you to kick deep. When you pop one up short, a lot of times it hits the ground, and then you can make a play at it.
Absolutely. No, you want to take every advantage if you can. It's hard for a well-disciplined team like them to be prepared for that, but they were. Give credit to them.
All right, number 4, Jake England, the senior now comes out for Priceville, trying to get something going with this offense. And, man, they've got multiple wings, multiple tight ends, nobody out wide. Quarterback's going to hand it off. He's going to go around the right side trying to get to the edge, and he doesn't quite make it. He's going to pick up about 3, maybe 4 yards before being brought down by number 2, Cade Yeager, the senior. They're going to say he picked up 5. That's going to be 2nd and 5. And this offense that I see from Priceville, I guess I would term it as archaic. It's sort of like the old Notre Dame box, 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
That's it. And it looks as the first quarter comes to a close here without running a play. We're going to be going 7-0 Aggies.
The Aggies lead after 1, 7-0. We'll be right back on Friday Night Live.
Live 95 is brought to you in part by Merchants Bank of Alabama, a division of South Point, now with several locations across the state, but still located in the heart of Coleman County. They are a proud sponsor of Coleman Community Radio on Live 95. Merchants Bank of Alabama, a division of South Point Bank, member FDIC.
When you make the right decision, it feels good, like picking the perfect place to have dinner or choosing a good night's sleep over binge watching TV all night. It feels really good to make the right insurance decisions too. That's why State Farm agent Tisha Brewer is right here in Coleman County to help you select the right protection at the right price. Tisha will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. With State Farm agent Tisha Brewer, it's easy to make the right choice.
I'm Tisha at Tisha Brewer State Farm. We're located behind Cook's Pest Control at 909 Fisher Street. You can reach us at 256-734-4645. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Guthrie's Auto Service has been providing quality automotive service since 1985. Located in Coleman on Eva Road, just north of 157, Guthrie's Auto Service is a AAA approved and Napa Auto Care Center, meaning their repair work is warranted up to 3 years or 36,000 miles. And because they're part of the Napa Auto Care Network, their work is also warranted at over 14,000 Napa Auto Care locations across the country. Terry Guthrie and his team are award-winning, collecting Napa's Auto Care Center of the Year for the Nashville Distribution Center and a People's Choice Award in 2020. More information is online at Guthrie'sAutoservice.net.
Welcome back to Friday Night Live. I am Christopher Greer, joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Eric Brenneman.
Chris, it's been a good one tonight. A lot of energy here. Aggies have taken the lead 7-0. They've overcome some penalties and were able to make a score.
Well, the officials are talking. I mean, I think they feel like they are unloved, and they're discussing, is there another penalty to call? Can we call a penalty when you're in the break between quarters? I'm not sure about that. waiting to give the whistle. It's going to be 2nd down and 5 for the Bulldogs in their black uniforms with yellow trim, going from right to left in front of us. Ball spotted just shy of a 35. They line up, nobody out wide. Got a blitz coming for Fairview. They pull a lineman, man. He goes nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. That was number 9, Isaac Elrod, on the tackle.
Great defense right there. Isaac just saw that play and blew it up before it could even get started.
Man, I think they lost a yard on that. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 6. And I got to say, I don't think this Priceville offense is built for 3rd and long. You know, they're kind of a 3-4 yard cloud of dust kind of offense. They're going to line up again. Nobody out wide. They've got multiple H-backs or wings, however you want to call them. They send one in motion for a jet sweep. Hand it off to him. He's trying to get to the edge. He's going to get it. He's across a 40. Going to be forced out of bounds finally at about the 41-yard line, but not before he picks up a Josh Phillips impact mortgage. 1st down for the Bulldogs. And Fairview's going to have to hold the edge. Man, that jet sweep and that toss has been killing them. That's really been the only thing that's been successful for Priceville, Eric.
Yeah, he didn't look like he had a lot of room there, but he was able to get on the edge and make that game for the 1st down. Let's see what they do here on another 1st and 10 for the Priceville Bulldogs.
They line up, multiple wings, one back beside the quarterback. He takes the snap. He's going to run it himself around the right side. And, man, he gets hammered on the sideline. I couldn't tell the number of the guy who hit him because there were so many white jerseys around him. He maybe picked up a yard, but he paid a price for it.
This defensive line looks ready here tonight. I tell you what, that was a great play, sniffed out early. So they're making some good plays here tonight.
Well, you know, Fairview plays a 30 front. They play we got a penalty on that. It's going to be a holding call against the Bulldogs. So that's going to move them back deep. It'll be 1st and 20 now. They'll spot the ball up at about the 33-yard line. We'll say with 33. And
big call right there, Chris.
Who's going to will they pass? You know, that's going to be a question. Jake England is going to be in at quarterback. Number 34, Blitz Clemens, lined up beside him at running back. They're going to hand it off to the H-back, and he slips. His knee goes down. He lost his footing, and that will be a loss of about 4 yards right there. Not only that, did you see the quarterback take a hit on that? I don't know who that was that hit him, but somebody had a shot, and somebody took it.
It looked like it was a fumbled exchange or fake exchange there between the running back and the quarterback. They bumped knees, it looked like.
Well, it's going to move the ball back now to about the 27. It's going to bring up 2nd down and then about 25. England lines up in the shotgun. He sends a man in motion. He's going to roll out to that side. Is this a pass or a run? He's looking downfield, throws it up, and very well defended by the Aggies. It's going to fall incomplete. On the defense was number 2, Cade Yeager. Over to help him, number 5, Ashton McCleskey.
Well defended there by the Aggies. The 2 guys right immediately on him. Looked like he might have hauled that in for a second, but not able to hold on.
You know, I've got to say this for the Priceville team. That's a good play call, because now you're keeping that defense a little bit honest, and you're showing that you will throw the ball downfield deep. It was just well defended by the Aggies.
Well, it's going to be 3rd and 24 now for the Bulldogs.
Coming onto the field for Priceville is number 6, Tide Borden. He's a junior, and looks like a tight end type. We've got whistles. Hold on. It's going to be a timeout taken by Priceville. We're going to take a timeout now and pay some bills. We'll be right back after these messages on Friday Night Live.
For 30 years, Budget Blinds has been the leader for beautiful window coverings. No need to travel when Budget Blinds brings the store to your door. From blinds and draperies to shutters and shades, Budget Blinds has been transforming windows all over North Alabama. And we make it easy with your in-home consultation, custom measuring, and installation. Budget Blinds, 256-727-6550, 256-727-6550, or budgetblinds.com/call.
Coleman Electric Cooperative has been providing electricity and community support to help local people and businesses grow for the last 86 years. The co-op is adding to that legacy with its new Sprout Fiber Internet, giving its members access to blazing fast gigabit internet speeds with unmatched reliability and extraordinary customer service. Coleman Electric Cooperative and Sprout Fiber Internet. Powerful connections, brighter future.
Lord, I'm so tired.
Raider Nation, let's go, let's go. Raider Nation, let's go, let's go. Raider Nation, you ready for some football?
Welcome back to Friday Night Live here in Priceville, Alabama. I'm Christopher Greer and joined in the broadcast booth by Mr. Eric Brenneman. It's going to be third and a country mile. Priceville takes a snap. He's going to roll out, trying to get to the left, and he's brought down. Excellent tackle for a loss. I'm looking for flags because he did tackle up high. Glad he did not get a face mask. Let's see. That was number 50 on that tackle. That is Eric Gonzalez. And, man, we've been calling his name for the last couple of years. He is just solid.
Strong play right there. Wrapped him up. There was no chance for that one for Priceville. Now as they line up in the punt formation here on 4th and a mile.
Got Colt Redding back deep, and the other Aggie is Jamison Goebel back deep. There's a snap. They're going to let him kick it. No pressure. High. Oh, it's going to be fielded at about the 47-yard line, and it hit the ground for a moment. That was Colt Redding trying to get it, and then he recovered it. So that could have been a costly turnover, but Colt Redding jumped back on the ball very wisely so. Fairview will have excellent field position on their own 42-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, that punt looked nice. It just seemed to die midair. I think it fell a little short is why he mishandled that.
Well, you know, it is kind of humid out here, Eric. I mean, you kind of need gills to breathe out here.
Well, I tell you, these players look like they're handling it okay as Fairview rushes to the line.
Trips to the far side. Eli Frost in the backfield behind Colt Redding. He's going to take it, hand it off to Frost, who goes off the left tackle. He's around 1 across the 50. He's finally going to lower his shoulder and be brought down at about the 49-yard line for a pickup at 9 on 1st down. And, you know, first off, I am not going to apologize for being a Fairview homer. That is my team. But if you are a Priceville defender, you can't let them keep getting 8, 9 yards on 1st down.
Those sweeps are tough to defend, Chris.
They are. Frost is in the backfield again. Colt Redding is out there. This might be a good time to take a shot. Looks like Priceville's in a cover 2. They're going to hand it off to Frost. He is met at the line, and he is going to lose a yard. A flag comes flying in from the back judge. That generally is going to be a face mask call. So we're going to wait and see if that's what it is. It could be a possible hold. We're waiting on the indication. And it's going to be against the Aggies. That's going to be a holding call. And, man, you hate to see that on 2nd or on 3rd and 1. They're going to get to replay 2nd down. So that part of it is good, but it's going to move that way back.
It's going to push them back. I believe it's now going to be, 2nd and 12, Chris?
It's going to be 2nd. We'll call it 2nd and 11. You know, it's pretty close.
Need some positive yards right here.
We got 8:33 left in the first half. Fairview's got the lead 7-0. And looks like number 19 is in. That's Barrett York. He's going to hand the ball off to the right side. I think that was Carson Jones on the handoff. No, that was Eli Frost. He's going to pick up they're going to say he got about 4 yards there on 2nd down. It's going to bring up 3rd down about 7. York is staying out there. Frost is staying out there. Number 2 on the field now, that's Cade Yeager. He's going to go to the far side. He's joined by another wide receiver. York is in the shotgun. He's going to take a snap. He rolls. The snap was high. Left-hander looks downfield. He's got a man. Did he catch it? I'm still waiting for an indication. It's going to be incomplete. I thought he caught it, Eric. but it looks like maybe he trapped it instead.
Yeah, hard to see on the far side of the field. Good play, just a little bit short.
So now the punt unit comes onto the field for the Aggies. And, you hate to see them punt. You hate to see a drive die, but your defense is playing well. So, turn it over to your defense and trust them. Good snap. Kick is up. It's going to be a high kick. Nobody back deep to return. It bounces at the 15.
Oh, excellent.
It's inside the 10.
Excellent.
That's going to be down at about the 7-yard line. Excellent job flipping that field on special teams for the Aggies.
Just what the Aggies needed. They couldn't make the drive happen. Got a great punt off. Nobody back to receive for Priceville. So Priceville will be within their own 10-yard line to start this drive here in the second quarter, with the Aggies leading 7-0.
Well, and something else to keep in mind, Fairview has multiple negative yard plays. So will they dial up, a couple of blitzes on the defense? Because Priceville so far has been pretty one-dimensional. I mean, the only thing that's been working for him is running outside. Number 4 lines up. That's Jake England. He takes a snap. He's going to hand it off inside, and wow, he gets blasted. That was number 34 carrying the ball, and that's Blitz Clemens, and he was met by big number 64. And you know who that is. That's Cale Foster, and he led a host of Aggies and pushed him back for no gain.
That's that defensive line imposing their will on that play. They were ready for that, pushed him back. And now we're looking at 2nd and 8 here for the Priceville Bulldogs.
Number 4, Jake England, the quarterback, is in the shotgun. They send a man in motion. He hands it off to him on a jet sweep. The Aggies close quickly. He's going to get across the 10. Let's see where they spot it. It's going to be at the 11 or 12. Forced out of bounds by number 74. Ashton McCleskey, number 5, and number 74, Avery Latham on the tackles. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5. This Fairview defense needs to step up right here.
Nice play by the sophomore there in Avery Latham.
And, again, no wide receivers for Priceville. You do not see this offense run very often at the high school level. London takes a snap. He's going to roll to his right. Number 4, he's got a man out in the flat. He tries to hit him, and it's in and out of his hands and into the hands of the Fairview Aggies.
Nice interception, nice play right there. They tried to roll out the Priceville Bulldogs and ended up just skipping right past their receiver right into the arms.
Number 2, Cade Yeager, the senior on that. That was a tip drill moment. Blitz Clemens, number 34, was open for the Priceville Bulldogs. And Fairview's going to take over with excellent field position at the 20-yard line. They've called a heat timeout. We'll be right back after these messages on Friday Night Live.
H&S Appliance Outlet is an overstocked scratch and dent dealer offering quality name brand appliances at major discounted prices, up to 75% off. H&S Appliance Outlet also offers factory authorized repair services as well as financing options. To better serve the needs of North Alabama, H&S Appliance Outlets are conveniently located in Coleman, Hartselle, and Arab. A proud veteran and family owned business who's happy to be of service and can be reached on Facebook at H&S Appliance Repair or by phone 256-735-4184. 256-735-4184. H&S Appliance Outlet, a proud supporter of Coleman Community Radio.
There are many advantages when you bank locally with people you know. Eva Bank will get you started or restarted. Eva Bank offers many loan choices. We stay flexible and put your situation first. What matters to you matters to us. We are specialty lenders with programs for home purchases, home construction, land purchases, manufactured homes with or without land, commercial real estate, and other consumer or business loans. Eva Bank is your one-stop lender. The process is fast and easy. You can apply in person, over the phone at 256-255-2000, or you can visit us online at www.evabank.com to get started today. Eva Bank, NMLS number 414640, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Go. Second quarter, Aggies line up, snap the ball from the 19, sweep to the left.
That was Barrett York. He is going to get down to about the 11-yard line before being forced out of bounds, Eric. The score right now, 7-0 with 6:29 left in the first half. But Fairview is in the red zone, and they are knocking on the door. It's good pickup on first down. Makes 2nd and 5, very makeable.
Well, you're in the red zone. You don't want to risk a whole lot here by throwing it around. I think they have plenty of power at the running back here to just force their way in.
York's going to hand it off to Frost. He's going to go right up the gut. He finds a seam. 5 touchdown Aggies.
Another touchdown added to the board there. That's going to make it 13-0, pending the extra point here in the second quarter.
Now, I noticed on that play you had a wide receiver line very, very far out towards this near side. And usually when you see that, it's going to be a run play. You're just trying to get a guy out of the box, or you're going to see a slant. He had man coverage. Might not be something bad to look at coming back. Try to hit a slant. Colt Rating's going to line up to attempt the extra point. Kick is up.
Down the middle.
And the kick is good. That extra point provides an extra degree of protection to the Aggie lead. But if you're looking for the extra degree of service for all your insurance needs, give Kalia at 212 Insurance Group a call. Providing the extra degree of service since 2021 with over 10 years of insurance experience. 212 is the official insurance of the Fairview Aggies. So now the score 14-0. We'll be right back after these messages.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Alabama. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the AHSAA and the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association.
Welcome back to Friday Night Live. I am Christopher Greer. 5:58 left in this second quarter. Fairview has the lead 14-0, and they're preparing to kick it off. So, passing game for Priceville so far, 0 for 2 with 1 interception. Colt Redding approaches the ball and kicks it off. He's going to kick it off to the left. It's going to bounce out of bounds, providing excellent field position for the Bulldogs. When you're in the kicking game, Eric, and you do that little short pop-up kick, it's all in how you hit it. It's all in the spin of the ball. If you get that backspin on it like a pitching wedge, you can just make it die and give your guys a chance to recover it.
There's an art and a science to it. When you get that dialed in, that can pay off in big ways.
And I saw that last week against Columbia. But here's the thing. He can do more than just kick it short. He can also boom that ball into the end zone. Priceville lines up. Number 4, Jake England in the shotgun. Blitz Clemens beside him. Send a man in motion. Hand it off to him on a jet sweep. He's going to be hit missed tackle. He had a couple of missed tackles on the sidelines right around the line of scrimmage. He got away from him. He was tightrope walking up the sidelines, finally forced out of bounds by big number 64, Cale Foster.
Yeah, that was number 32, Riley Wag for Priceville Bulldogs. Just stretched the edge again, got him to the outside, was able to make a miss or two on the tackle and a positive game for them.
It's going to be second down, 3 yards to go. Jake England in the shotgun. He's got Blitz Clemens beside him. And they're looking to the sideline. And there's the snap. He's going to hand it off to Clemens off the right guard. He's going to lower his shoulder, bull his way forward across the 45, up to the 50-yard line. And that will be enough for a Josh Phillips Impact Mortgage first down for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the senior forcing his way there for a first down for the Priceville Bulldogs. Looks like the Fairview's taking a little bit back on their heels right now. Let's see what they do here on this first down against the Bulldogs.
Well, this Priceville offense is designed for second and short, third and short. That's what they're really wanting. England's going to line up in the shotgun, number 4, going from right to left. He's going to take it, hand it off to Clemens, who goes off left guard, and he is hit by Cale Foster and a host of his friends. I couldn't call all the numbers. Basically, the entire defense was in on that play, Eric.
He hit a wall with that one, a gain of 2 yards, but he wasn't going any further than that.
No, he was not. Priceville immediately comes back up to the line of scrimmage. We got somebody new in for Fairview, number 20, Jermaine Gambrill. Priceville in the shotgun. England is back to receive. He's going to hand it off on a jet sweep again, and he is hit immediately. That will be a loss of 2 yards. Carson Jones with the big stop. Number 14, Jake Harper, was right there beside him, and that will be a loss that they got of all the yards they picked up on first down. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 10. And this is not what Priceville wants.
Beautiful play by the junior Carson Jones. Just immediately wrapped him up and immediately put him down.
For an open field tackle, guys, that was textbook. You can't ask for better.
Agreed.
They're going to line up in the shotgun. England, number 4, is back. We've got whistles now. I think it's going to be a timeout. And it is. It's going to be a timeout. Priceville. The score right now with 4 minutes left in the half, 14-0, Fairview leads. We'll be right back on Friday Night Live.
In the game of mortgages, experience matters. Meet Josh Phillips, a veteran with over 13 years in the mortgage industry. As a leader in the local mortgage community, Josh is more than just a lender. He's a partner who believes in making an impact. At Impact Mortgage Group, they're not just making mortgages. They're making a positive impact on borrowers and our community. You can experience the difference too with Josh Phillips at Impact Mortgage Group.
I'm Josh Phillips of Impact Mortgage Group. You can reach me at 256-338-2920, and I'll show you how my experience can help impact your next home purchase.
NMLS number 338177.
We've spent a lot of time on this. The investigation is finally over. We uncovered several leads, and we have finally found it. We have found what every small business in Coleman has been looking for. Fiber optic quality internet is here. Utilizing cutting-edge radio technology, Cyber Broadband is now able to offer fiber optic quality internet in the immediate downtown Coleman area and most Coleman industrial parks. More information is available by calling Cyber Broadband, 256-734-1077, 256-734-1077, or on the web at cyberbroadband.net.
Reverse.
Welcome back to Friday Night Live. And on 3rd and 10, Priceville tried a little bit of a trick play. They ran to the right and then reversed it to the H-back.
Looks like we have an injury on the field for a Bulldog.
Yeah, he picked up about 3 yards, and then he got hammered. I couldn't tell who hit him. This young man is still down on the field. While the coaches tend to him, we're going to take another quick break. We'll be right back on Friday Night Live.
Are you ready to make your next move in Coleman? Hi, I'm Tommy.
And I'm Angela. We're not just realtors, we're a family dedicated to helping yours.
We're not just about buying or selling property. We're about building connections within our community.
From local schools to charity events, we're active because we care about Coleman.
When you use us, you're not just getting one realtor, you're getting a team working around the clock for you.
With our experience and expertise, we'll guide you through every step of the process.
We're the Warhurst Team Realtors at Hagamore Realty Group.
We make it happen, you make it home.
Coleman Appliance Repair is your locally owned and operated appliance and repair company. Servicing most models and brands, they can be found on Facebook or Google for in-home appliance repair needs. Proudly supporting Coleman area athletics and collegiate football. When that appliance frustrates you and you're in need of a repairman, Robert Brantley is ready to help. You can call him at 256-507-3415 or find him on Facebook, Google, or online at ColemanApplianceRepair.com.
Back to Friday Night Live. The players on the sideline now, and Priceville lines up in punt formation. The ball is on the 46-yard line. Might see a fake. This would be a good place to run one, Eric.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're going to do that.
And the kick is up. It's going to be deep. Let's see. And it's fielded. He's at the 10, across the 20, across the 30, puts a move on. Wow, he got blasted at the 40-yard line. That was Colt Redding on that.
That was a great run right there. Great return. Colt Redding ran it all the way back. Took a shot at the end there, but he bounced up. Didn't even go to the ground on it, so it looks like he's just fine.
Fairview's going to take over at about the 40. Excellent field position, but they're going back. I wondered about this because it looked like when he caught the ball, his knee was very close to the ground. And I'm guessing that his knee touched.
And that's a shame. That negates a little gain there for the Aggies. But nevertheless, they've got the ball with 3:24 to go here in the second quarter.
Hold on, Eric. Hold the presses. That was not his knee down. They called a personal foul against the Aggies. That's going to back them way up. So instead of starting 1st and 10 at the 40, they're going to start 1st and 10 at the 10. I didn't see it. I did not see a personal foul, and usually if I see it, I'll call it. Colt Redding takes a step. He hands it off to Eli Frost. He goes off the left side. He's going to be across the 15 up to about the 16. Nice pickup.
Looks like
gain of, we'll call it 6.
Yeah, I got some penalty yards back there. What much needed on that first down right after the penalty.
Well, here's something else to start thinking about, and this will really come into effect in the second half. This Priceville defense has been on the field basically the entire game.
Well, they took out a timeout earlier just a few minutes ago. They are looking some winded right now.
Colt Redding in the backfield. And now they're going to send Frost over to his left. He's got twins to the near side. Hands it off to Frost. He runs to the right. Gets outside to the edge. He's going to be forced out of bounds. Wow, big-time late hit on Priceville, and flags come flying in. He easily picked up about 7-8 yards, and that little extra hit at the end is going to be costly. That's a Josh Phillips Impact Mortgage first down for the Aggies, and there's going to be a big 15-yard step off at the end of it.
Priceville in nickel on that play with a little sweep right with Eli Frost. Pushes it past the first down yard marker and picks up some more with the late hit penalty.
2:35 left in the half. Fairview's got to be thinking, man, we need to score one more time. We need to score one more time.
They're going to have to push it.
Man, holy cow. That's going to move it all the way up to the 47-yard line. Big, costly penalty for the Bulldogs.
2:35 left until the half. They're going to need that if they're going to try to push in another one before the half.
Colt Redding is still on the field. Eli Frost is still out there beside him. They've got one receiver on either side. Ball spotted on the 47. Fairview in white with purple helmets going from left to right. Priceville's blitzes now, and they just had somebody jump on a shift. There's another costly penalty for the Bulldogs, and man, you got to love it when you're an offensive coordinator and you can get them to jump just by putting a man in motion.
Well, I tell you, I think it's we don't have a lot of heat here tonight, but I can tell you they've been playing hard. We've got a couple minutes left before the half, and I think it's finally getting to the Bulldogs here. They're getting a little winded. Their defense has been out there quite a lot.
Well, Fairview is always a superbly conditioned team. Now they've got 1st and 5. The ball is on the 48-yard line across midfield. Colt Redding lines up in the shotgun, has a man. The Bulldogs are moving around, so they can't tell where they're going to come from. Frost goes off right guard. He's across the 45. He's across the 40. He is down to about the 37-yard line. That's enough to move the sticks and pick up a Josh Phillips Impact Mortgage first down for the Aggies.
Down to the 38 for the Aggies. We're looking now at 2:21 left until half.
Clock is running, but that's okay. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. Fairview still has all 3 timeouts. Looking to the sideline, Colt Redding is out there. He's got Eli Frost beside him to his left.
Got 2 split receivers down on the bottom.
Twins to the near side. They send one in motion. Carson Jones handed off to him on a jet sweep. He cuts it up and gets north and south. Lowers his shoulder. He's across the 30. Good hard run by Carson Jones down to about the 25, and that's going to be about a 15-yard gain and a Josh Phillips Impact Mortgage first down for the Aggies.
Yeah, I think it's going to be about 13-yard gain right there for Carson Jones. Good run right there. He was the man in motion. Took it to the left and just went right down.
Well, the clock stops while they move the chains. Plenty of time. Fairview is going fast now. Inside, getting close to the red zone. They're going to hand it off to Frost. He goes around the left side. He gets by one, gets by another, trying to get to the sideline. And let's see, I think he got out of bounds, but not before picking up right at 10 yards. Did he get the first down? If he didn't, he is right at the marker.
Yeah, he looked like a pinball bouncing around there. I wasn't sure how far he was going to get, but great running right there, and especially to get out of bounds.
They're going to say, let's see how many they give him. I think they're going to say he's short of the sticks. It's going to bring up second down and 2. Good, smart play by the senior to get out of bounds.
We've got
second and 2. There's a player coming off who appears to be shaken up. And this is costly for Priceville. That's their quarterback, number 4, Jake England.
That's right. Yeah, he's walking off gingerly right now, so it doesn't look good for him. Let's see if he goes to the training table. Looks like he's going to sit on the sideline, so he may just be shooken up a bit.
Fairview hurries up to the line. It looks like Barrett York is in, number 19. He's got Eli Frost beside him. Shotgun. Frost is going to take it right off guard. He's across the 10, down to the 5. Let's wait for the signal. And they're going to say he was down right at the 1. Minute 19 left now. Fairview hurries up to the line. It's going to be first and goal. Make that from the 5. They hand it off to Frost. He is hit immediately and brought down.
Here with a minute 10 left, I believe we call a timeout.
No pickup. Barrett York is coming off now. Colt Redding comes on. Second and goal from the 4. 54 seconds left in the half. Fairview up 14-0, but they're looking to add to the lead. Colt Redding is in the shotgun. Eli Frost beside him. Now they're going to shift and overload the right side. He's going to hand it off to Frost. He's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies.
Nice play call right there, and nice composure by the guys not to get a penalty that deep in the red zone here at the end of the half.
You know what? That offensive line opened up a hole that was so big you or I could have ran through that.
Well,
Eric.
If you notice, they had 3 receivers down on the bottom side that spread those defenders out of the box, and then Eli just took the ball right up the middle and like you said, almost untouched right there.
Colt Redding lines up for the extra point. There's the snap. The kick is up. And the kick is good. And that extra point provides an extra degree of protection for the Aggie lead. And if you're looking for that extra degree of service for your insurance needs, give Kalia at 212 Insurance Group a call. With over 10 years of experience, 212 Insurance gives you that extra degree of service. 212 Insurance, the official insurance of the Fairview Aggies. We're going to stay with this. We've got 36 seconds left until halftime. Fairview, usually we'd take a break, but we're not going to.
Last year, when these two played each other, there were a lot of points. Looks like the Fairview Aggies are holding up their end, holding to the Priceville Bulldogs scoreless so far here in the half.
Last year the score was 54-47, and Fairview just ran out of gas. That's what happened. They ran out of gas and they ran out of time, but we're not seeing that tonight. Right now, the Aggies, with 30 seconds left in the first half, have a commanding 21-0 lead, and Priceville just can't seem to get anything going. Colt Redding gets ready to snap. He gets ready to kick. There's the kick. It is up, short, and high, and it will go out of bounds. Yep. That will give excellent field position to the Priceville Bulldogs. But with 34 seconds, what can they do with it? Well, they have been unable to pass at all.
Well, let's keep an eye on if number 18 gets back out there for Priceville. He came off the field on defense a while ago, looking pretty shook up. So I'm looking for who's going to be running things right now. And it looks
they're going to make them kick it again.
They sure are.
Yeah, that's an option when it's going to go out of bounds. Let's wait and see.
And I wonder if Fairview is just going to go ahead and try to kick it deep on him this time.
We're still waiting on the kick. Colt Rating puts the ball on the tee. They do have one man deep for Priceville. He's standing on about the 20-yard line, so Priceville should get good field position out of this. Waiting to see. Here comes Colt Rating. He approaches the ball, and it is kicked. It's going to go to the other side now. It bounces at the 30. It's fielded by Priceville. That's the quarterback, England. He takes it forward to the 35, and he is going to be brought down after a 5-yard gain.
Nice play there by Jake Way to field that ball. Obviously not as hurt as he looked a while ago, so he's going to be ready to go here for quarterback at with about 28 seconds left in the half.
Okay. Right now we have a update. The Good Hope Raiders versus the Vinemont Eagles. Currently, Vinemont is up 20-6. No, I'm sorry, 20-6. Good Hope. My mistake. England takes the snap. He hands it off to number 34, Blitz Clemens, and he gets blasted. Let's see who that was on the tackle. That was number 9. We've called his name already tonight, Isaac Elrod, on the defense, man. He hit with authority on that one.
Yeah, the Aggies, they weren't ready for anything on that play. Let's see what happens here on second down as we go to the half. They won't be able to get another play off as the time expires.
Time expires. We're going to halftime. We'll be right back with the bands. At halftime, Fairview leads 21-0. We'll be right back on Friday Night Live.
Hey, Coleman drivers. Are you tired of the hassle and confusion when it comes to buying a car? Well, we've got fantastic news for you. Meet Adam Aker at Mitch Smith Chevrolet in Coleman, your go-to guy for a no-nonsense car buying experience.
Hey, folks. Adam here. You know, buying a car shouldn't be stressful. That's why at Mitch Smith Chevrolet, we pride ourselves on transparency, trust, and there's never any BS at MS.
That's right. Adam Aker and the Mitch Smith Chevrolet team are changing the game.
I live and breathe Coleman, just like you. So when you step into our showroom, you're not just another customer, you're family. Together, we'll find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs and budget. Remember, Adam Aker, Mitch Smith Chevrolet, what's not to love?
If you mention you heard Adam Aker on the radio, he'll get you $250 off your next auto purchase. Adam Aker at Mitch Smith Chevrolet.
Founded in 1887, Coleman Savings Bank serves the people of Coleman with a full line of banking services. One of those services is their Legacy Checking Account, available to those 50-plus, military, teachers, policemen, and firefighters. It features no monthly service charge, interest earned on any balance, free paper or e-statements, and 2 free boxes of checks per year, along with other features. You can stop by any one of 4 convenient locations and ask them about the Legacy Checking Account, or visit www.colemansavingsbank.com for more information. Coleman Savings Bank. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Alabama, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Welcome back to Friday Night Live. I'm Christopher Greer. We are here at halftime, and you are about to hear the sounds of the Fairview Aggie Marching Band. And you just heard the Fairview Aggie Marching Band. They always do such a great job, and they always put on a fantastic show. You know, I've got to give some props to those kids in the band. People come to Friday Night Live. They come to games to watch football, but what would football be like without a band? I mean, it's just not the same. And those kids do just a fantastic job. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to play a couple of commercials, and we'll be right back with the Priceville Band on Friday Night Live.
Hey, Sheriff Matt Gentry here. Hey, on behalf of the Coleman County Sheriff's Office, and we look forward to seeing everybody at the ball field. We pray God's blessings on each and every one of y'all. Hey, when you're coming to and from the ball field, stay safe. Don't be distracted in driving. Make sure if you go somewhere afterwards, don't drink and drive, but have a great season and take care. God bless.
In today's world, broadband internet is an absolute necessity. Unfortunately, the large cable and phone companies only provide broadband internet where it's profitable for them. For the rest of us, there's Cyber Broadband. Providing internet service since 2004, Cyber utilizes a small radio antenna to deliver broadband where cable and DSL don't go. You can join the 21st century today with Cyber Broadband, supporting streaming, VPN access, and everything else you've been wanting to do with that slow internet connection. It's Cyber Broadband for the win. They can be found online at cyberbroadband.net or look them up on Facebook. In business for over 20 years, K&K Logging can handle all your forestry needs. From clear cutting to thinning to select hardwood logs. K&K Logging pride themselves in landowner satisfaction. A Christian-owned company, K&K Logging is quality you can depend on. Kelly Crawford is a Vulcan District Director of the Alabama Loggers Council. K&K Logging, 256-255-3693. 256-255-3693. K&K Logging.
Live 95 is brought to you in part by Merchants Bank of Alabama, a division of South Point, now with several locations across the state, but still located in the heart of Coleman County. They are a proud sponsor of Coleman Community Radio on Live 95. Merchants Bank of Alabama, a division of South Point Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Friday Night Live. I am Christopher Greer, and now we are going to hear the sounds of the Priceville Bulldogs marching band.
Drum major Avery Early, is your band ready? And now, on with the show.
just heard the Priceville Bulldog Marching Band, and, man, they sounded good. I am joined in the broadcast booth now by Miss Michelle. How are you doing tonight?
I am doing awesome tonight. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm ready for the start of college football, and I get to coach my son tomorrow. You're giving me a look. I'm not going to say it because I don't have to. We've known each other enough years that I don't even need to say what you're thinking.
Yes, which is
Roll Tide.
No, War Eagle. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Because you know what? Jesus tells me I should love everybody, even Auburn fans, and I do. You know, Michelle, you do such a great job with the band, and these kids work so hard. I am so impressed every year, and the work shows.
It does. These kids, you would be amazed at how hard these kids work when no one sees them.
You know, honestly, probably not, because I had a brother who was there, you know, doing it when he was at Hartselle, and it the hard work shows. When you sound the way they sound and you put on a show like they put on, I mean, I'm a musician. I play guitar, and I know how much work goes into being that tight and being that good. And these kids put the work in. So, you know, here's my message to everybody out there in radio land. You know, first off, a Friday night football game's not the same without a band. Support your local bands.
Exactly.
When they do fundraisers, help those kids out because they deserve it.
Yes, they do. And it takes a lot of financial support to have these kids in the music program because we do not get any financial support from the state or Coleman County. It's all on fundraising.
You know, but look what you accomplish. Look what you accomplish because, first off, the band is that good. And I see a new ride over there across the field. So there is a new Fairview Aggie band trailer to help carry their stuff in, and man, good for them.
Yeah, the kids need to be proud of themselves, and with the hard work of our parents in our concession stand last year, we were able to afford to get those graphics done.
Right.
We are so happy.
Well, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then me and my partner in crime, Eric, are going to talk a little bit about the game. Thank you so much, Michelle, for joining us.
Hey, make sure you have your orange and blue on tomorrow.
Actually, no, I can't do that. But what I can do is I can hope that Auburn wins, and I don't wish anything ill against them until they play Alabama.
Exactly. Here we go.
But I'll be busy coaching my son tomorrow, and his football team is good. They've played the equivalent of 3 games. They've given up 6 points all year.
Well, look at their coach.
Yeah, well, I'm the defensive coordinator. The offensive coordinator is also the head coach of the JV team in Arab. So they got some pretty good coaches. Not to toot my own horn, but beep. Michelle, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you for supporting our band students.
And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after these messages on Friday Night Live.
When you make the right decision, it feels good, like picking the perfect place to have dinner or choosing a good night's sleep over binge watching TV all night. It feels really good to make the right insurance decisions too. That's why State Farm agent Tisha Brewer is right here in Coleman County to help you select the right protection at the right price. Tisha will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. With State Farm agent Tisha Brewer, it's easy to make the right choice.
I'm Tisha at Tisha Brewer State Farm. We're located behind Cook's Pest Control at 909 Fisher Street. You can reach us at 256-734-4645. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Guthrie's Auto Service has been providing quality automotive service since 1985. Located in Coleman on Eva Road, just north of 157, Guthrie's Auto Service is a AAA approved and Napa Auto Care Center, meaning their repair work is warranted up to 3 years or 36,000 miles. And because they're part of the Napa Auto Care Network, their work is also warranted at over 14,000 Napa Auto Care locations across the country. Terry Guthrie and his team are award-winning, collecting Napa's Auto Care Center of the Year for the Nashville Distribution Center and a People's Choice Award in 2020. More information is online at Guthrie'sAutoservice.net.
Welcome back to Friday Night Live. It's halftime still. Both bands have played. My partner in crime is back in the booth with me, Mr. Eric Brenneman. Eric, you had a cheeseburger. So we like to rate cheeseburgers of wherever we go. You know, how do the cheeseburgers here stack up?
I got to say, it was well worth the money. Of course, I haven't eaten since lunch today, so I was extremely hungry.
Right.
And a lot of your food tastes depend on when the last time, how hungry you are.
This is very true. I mean, you let me get hungry enough, dude. There's no telling. I mean, I'll chew on cardboard and think that it's delicious. But, the last time I was up here, the burgers were well seasoned. They didn't just throw them on the grill and then put them on a bun. They actually cared a little bit.
I've had far worse, Chris. Let me put it that way.
Right. Well, the first half, to me, I have to say if I could sum it up in two phrases. First off, the big uglies up front for Fairview were blasting open holes. The skilled players were doing their jobs. And on defense, the Aggie defense was swarming. There was just no lanes for Priceville.
Let me tell you, they overcame some penalties. They didn't play perfect, but they sure did bounce back. They fought through some drives, kept them going, put some points on the board, and that's the difference right now at 21-0 at halftime here.
Right. Well, both teams are starting to really kind of warm up. Fairview now has finished their kind of meeting down in the end zone. Currently, Fairview's got the lead 21-0. Priceville is going to get the ball back to start the second half. And if you're the Priceville OC, the offensive coordinator, I mean, what are you thinking right now?
I mean, Priceville's, they've not had a lot of success yet here. They've got to start throwing that ball around more. I don't think they're the type of team that can do the handoff like Fairview's been successful with today. They've got a beast at running back. Not so sure about Priceville. They need to spread that ball around to at least, give their running backs a chance.
Well, what we've seen is a whole lot of handing it off to the running back in between the tackles, then try to get outside with a jet sweep to the H-back. And, the jet sweep has worked some, although in the second quarter it really seemed like Fairview realized what they were doing and shut that down. I'd like to let people know next week we will be carrying the Fairview game on Alt 3 like we normally will. However, it will not be me and Dad calling the game. I've been called back to my old alma mater, which is Hartselle, to do one game, just one. I told them I'll do one game, and that's it. Otherwise, the Fairview people might start throwing rocks at me. So me, Dad, and possibly Eric will be at Hartselle next week calling the Hartselle-Coleman game. And you'll have Dylan calling the Fairview game next week on Alt Channel 3. We're getting ready to kick the ball off now. Next week, Fairview is going to be playing East Limestone at East Limestone. And, that was a game that they handled pretty easily last year. So the week after that, you're going to have a test in Good Hope coming to Fairview. And then you've got the Branding Iron Bowl where they're going to play at West Point. And, man, that game always rocks. Fairview's got the ball on the tee, getting ready to kick off now. We got something new this year. We're making the most of our live talk shows and sports programming, and it's available in podcast form. The easiest way to access our feeds is to go to our website at live95coleman.com and go to On Demand. Links to subscribe are there to get your favorite podcasts. Up next, we're about to have kickoff to start the second half. Colt Ratings got it on the tee. He approaches. There's a short kick high. It's going to bounce at about the 25. Fielded immediately by the quarterback. He gets by one, and then he gets blasted just shy of the 30-yard line. Number 14, Jake Harper, shot through and lowered the boom.
Yeah, I believe they're going to call him down at the 27, so the Priceville Bulldogs will start the second half from the 27.
That was a big hit, and hits like that, man, they add up. If you keep getting hit over and over and over again, and England has already been shaken up once, the quarterback, and he was the one who fielded that ball.
These Bulldogs don't look especially oversized, so you're right. It does hurt.
It's going to be 1st and 10, ball for 27. He hands it off to Blitz Clemens, and he does not blitz anybody. He is slung down by number, let me get a number on that. That is number 65 for the Aggies.
So that's going to be a new player with a new number, possibly.
I believe we have a mistake on our roster because I'm not showing him, but it was 55. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Bulldogs. England in the shotgun, Blitz Clemens beside him. He's going to run it himself off the left side. He lowers his shoulder, gets by one, gets by another one, and then bulls his way close to the 40. They're going to say he's down to the 39, but that is enough for Josh Phillips Impact Mortgage. 1st down for the Bulldogs. And, you need success like that.
Well, that's a big play for Priceville right there. Haven't had a lot of success. Needed some yards right there and picked up the 1st.
England lines up in the shotgun. No wide receivers on the field. He's got Blitz Clemens beside him. He's going to take a snap, hand it off to Blitz up the middle. He's jukes by one guy before being brought down after about a 2-yard gain.
Just barely back to the line of scrimmage. Well defended there by the Aggies.
We're waiting to see where it's spotted. They're going to say about a 3-yard gain. No, I think the Sticks are getting a little bit happy because it's spotted at the 41. And the Sticks are lined up at about the 43. So that's going to be about a yard and a half gain.
Be about 2nd and 8 here.
England lines up in the shotgun. Takes a snap. He's going to look to the left. He's going to run it himself. And, oh, my goodness. Man, he was met by a load. Guess who that was? That was big 64 Cale Foster on the hit. Now, we watched him last week basically knock a guy out. It was like watching somebody try to run through a brick wall. And that was pretty much the same, Eric.
Look, the whole defense right now looks pumped up. They're swarmed on that one. Cale with the great play. And now it's going to be 3rd down again here for Priceville.
3rd down and long. It's going to be about 7, maybe 8 yards. The ball spotted on the 42. Priceville going from right to left. They're wearing their black home jerseys with yellow trim. Fairview in the white jerseys with purple helmets. They send a man in motion. The quarterback rolls to his right, looking downfield. Now he's going to run. He's got some running room. He is very close. I think he picked it up. It's all going to be where he went out of bounds. And they're showing him right at the 50, and that is enough for a Josh Phillips Impact Mortgage 1st down. And now the Priceville fans starting to get a little fired up. Coming on the field for Priceville, number 12, Cooper Click.
Yeah, put together a few positive plays here. We'll do that for your home fans.
Well, also, man, it takes a little bit of pressure off your defense, which has been struggling.
That's true, Chris. They have.
England lines up in a shotgun. Clemens beside him. He rolls to his left, pitches it out to number 34. He cuts it up inside, and oh, my goodness.
Smothered.
Have you ever seen a video on YouTube, folks, where a matador is in a bullfight, and he kind of makes the wrong step, and the bull just absolutely gores him? Well, that's what we just witnessed, only the bull was wearing Fairview colors. And I think that was Cale Foster on the hit again. It looked like one of his hits anyway.
It looked like about 5 players in on that one, Chris. That was a great community effort right there.
It's going to be 2nd down and 9. The ball is across midfield down to the 49-yard line. You know, hits like that will make you reevaluate your life choices. England's in the shotgun. He takes a snap, hands it off to the up back, who is not running with much authority, and he gets hammered.
Well, I tell you what, Priceville's going to be in trouble if they don't do some adjusting here. They've had a few positive plays, move the sticks only a few times, but it looks to me they're using the same handoff play. Not a lot of stretch in the field at the moment.
No, that was number 12, Cooper Clark, on the carry for Priceville. And he tried to pick his way through the line, but the problem was there was nowhere to go. So that brings up 3rd down and a long 9 yards to go. And this is not an offense built to pick up, big chunks of yards. You've got number 4, Jake England is back there. 34, Blitz Clemens beside him. In the shotgun, they send him in motion. He looks. He's being chased. He's under pressure. Gets by 1. Gets by 2. He's going to get up to the 40. And then he gets hit.
Boy.
Finally forced out of bounds. But, man, big pickup by the senior quarterback who just kept fighting and fighting and fighting. He picked up about 15.
Hard to get him wrapped up right there. He just kept bouncing like a pinball, kept moving forward, escaping.
It's gonna be a big-time penalty on Priceville. They're going to call a personal foul. That looks like a targeting call.
That's huge. That's huge right there on Priceville. Finally get across midfield and staring down a penalty right here.
Well, and that was a great run by the senior quarterback for the Bulldogs, number 4, Jake England. It negates a very, very nice run, and it's going to bring them all the way back to the 50. So it's going to be 3rd down and 10 again. So can you do it? Again, we got a scoring update. West Point getting beat by Hansville. The score 20-7 at halftime. So it's going to be 3rd and 10. What do you call right here, Eric?
You know, they've got a showing type formation, I believe, but they're going to flare it out. Look here, it's trying to stretch the defense.
He's going to go deep downfield, and it's going to be batted away.
Boy, that was questionable.
Priceville is wanting flags, but I think the contact was incidental. It's going to be incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down and 10.
Yeah, I believe the contact came after the ball got there, so no flag there. Looked like a nice, actually, rollout by Priceville. Throwing about 20 yards downfield. Almost pulled it in, but at the last minute, it bounced on the turf.
It's going to be 4th and 10, punt unit coming onto the field.
So here we go, and the Aggies are going to swap it out again, and it looks like we're going to wear on the Priceville D a little bit more, and each time we do that, the more winded they get.
Well, and you're starting to see Priceville players late onto the field for the, I think we're going to see a delay of game right here.
I believe you're correct.
And it is. It's going to be a delay of game against Priceville. They had 2 players who weren't out there on that formation. And you want to know something that will drive a coach crazy? That right there will drive a coach crazy.
Well, you know, they come in and they thought they had the 1st down, end up getting the penalty and pushed back. So not everybody on the same page there.
Well, that's going to push the ball back to Priceville's own 45. Give just a little bit better field position to Fairview. There's a kick, is a high kick. It's going to bounce close to the sideline at about the 20. We're going to wait and see where they spot it.
The 23. All the way down to the 20.
No, he's going inside the 20. They're going to say the 19, man. I thought it went out of bounds before then, but I wasn't down on the field. So now Fairview comes onto the field. Eli Frost is out there. Looks like the quarterback's going to be Colt Redding. And, Fairview is a team that will use 2 quarterbacks, and they just interchange them. Very similar styles. I think York has a slightly stronger arm. He's a bigger guy, and he's, to me, a more authoritative runner. They're going to shift now. They're going to put Frost on the right, twins to the far side. They hand it off to Frost. He goes off left tackle.
Nice hole.
Big hole. He's going to lower his shoulder and roll up to about the 30-yard line. Let's wait and see. That's going to be a Josh Phillips Impact Mortgage 1st down for the Aggies. Big pickup of about 12 there, Eric.
Nothing special, nothing outside of what they've already been doing, but apparently they've been doing it very well. So worked for them there, moved the chains.
They're looking to the sidelines. Now they got Frost lined up to the quarterback's left. He's going to take the snap, hand it off to Frost, who goes to the right side. He's got a seam. He's across the 50, one man to beat, and he is forced out of bounds at the 40-yard line. That is a big pickup of about 30 yards, picking up yards in chunks, and a Josh Phillips Impact Mortgage 1st down.
This offense of the Aggies are they're imposing their will. They're moving the ball, but they're also controlling the clock. So, it's working for them. Nothing fancy. The risk of a turnover is low here with their handoff style. And across midfield with that run right there. And already looking to add to their 21-point lead.
6:32 left in the 3rd. The Aggies up 21-0. He takes the snap. He hands it off to Frost. Frost jumps a defender, gets across the 35 down to about the 32-yard line. Strong run there by the senior running back. And that's a pickup of, I'm going to say 7, close to 8. But it brings up second and short, Eric.
What's impressed me is you can tell both of these teams are well coached. They've got a lot of people in the right places. A few missed tackles, but for the most part, these guys have been well coached all year.
And there's a bad snap. Redding's going to take it. He picks it up, tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he got blasted as he went out of bounds.
I believe 2 Priceville players may have collided on there at the end, but you're right. Colt Redding making a sweep out to the right and gained just a few yards with that run.
They're going to say he maybe picked up a yard. The officials are going to call a timeout. We're going to take one as well. We'll be right back after these messages. Fairview leads 21-0. You're listening to Friday Night Live.
For 30 years, Budget Blinds has been the leader for beautiful window coverings. No need to travel when Budget Blinds brings the store to your door. From blinds and draperies to shutters and shades, Budget Blinds has been transforming windows all over North Alabama. And we make it easy with your in-home consultation, custom measuring, and installation. Budget Blinds, 256-727-6550, 256-727-6550, or budgetblinds.com/Coleman.
Coleman Electric Cooperative has been providing electricity and community support to help local people and businesses grow for the last 86 years. The co-op is adding to that legacy with its new Sprout Fiber Internet, giving its members access to blazing fast gigabit internet speeds with unmatched reliability and extraordinary customer service. Coleman Electric Cooperative and Sprout Fiber Internet. Powerful connections, brighter future.
Lord, I'm so tired.
H&S Appliance Outlet is an overstocked scratch and dent dealer offering quality name brand appliances at major discounted prices, up to 75% off. H&S Appliance Outlet also offers factory authorized repair services as well as financing options. To better serve the needs of North Alabama, H&S Appliance Outlets are conveniently located in Coleman, Hartselle, and Arab. A proud veteran and family owned business who's happy to be of service and can be reached on Facebook at H&S Appliance Repair or by phone 256-735-4184. 256-735-4184. H&S Appliance Outlet, a proud supporter of Coleman Community Radio.
Welcome back to Friday Night Live. I'm Christopher Greer on 3rd and 3. That was the second bad snap we've seen in a row, almost over Colt Redding's head. He jumped up, tipped it, got the ball, and got back to the line of scrimmage. So a heads-up play by that young quarterback. It's going to be 4th down and 2, and I think they're going to go for it. The ball's on the 32-yard line. Your defense is playing lights out. You got one of the top running backs in the entire state, if not the Southeast, in Eli Frost. And,
well, they're in no man's land right here. It's too close to punt it, too far for field goal, but they're going to take a timeout and talk about it.
You know, I like that. Coach Rating waited to see what defense they were going to line up in and took a timeout. We will as well. The score right now, 21-0, Fairview leads. We'll be right back after these messages.
There are many advantages when you bank locally with people you know. Eva Bank will get you started or restarted. Eva Bank offers many loan choices. We stay flexible and put your situation first. What matters to you matters to us. We are specialty lenders with programs for home purchases, home construction, land purchases, manufactured homes with or without land, commercial real estate, and other consumer or business loans. Eva Bank is your one-stop lender. The process is fast and easy. You can apply in person, over the phone at 256-255-2000, or you can visit us online at www.evabank.com to get started today. Eva Bank, NMLS number 414640, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Alabama. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the AHSAA and the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage.
Welcome back to Friday Night Live.
A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Alabama. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the AHSAA and the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association.
Welcome back to Friday Night Live. I'm Christopher Greer. Fairview went for it on 4th down and 3, and Eli Frost slipped and was just a yard short, Eric. You know, man, that's disappointing, a turnover on downs, but he's about the second or third guy we've seen slip on this turf tonight.
Well, Chris, you know, that can be forgiven, but I tell you what, Priceville on their first play on the next possession just picked up about another 20 yards, and here they are at midfield.
Right. The ball's actually going to be at the 47, very close. That was a Josh Phillips Impact Mortgage first down for the Bulldogs, and a big defensive stop to stop that Aggies offense. England lines up, number 4. He is in the shotgun. He sends a man in motion. It's going to be a jet sweep. There's a hold, a bad hold. That young man's going to lower his shoulder and bull his way forward across midfield. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds at about the 47 of Fairview. That's a pickup of 7 yards. But I've got to say this, the defensive end got mugged for us. That tackle to seal the edge had his arms wrapped around him, and there was no flag.
Yeah, they could have easily thrown one there. Now it's going to be a 2nd and 5 for the Bulldogs.
I thought it would be 2nd and 7, but, you know, I misjudged it. Thank you for correcting me. Sometimes I need that. England in the shotgun takes the snap, runs it right up the gut, and he is going to be wrapped up by Eric Gonzalez, who tries to sling him down, but that allowed him to pick up 3 more yards.
Ends up slinging him forward on that one, so close to the first down, but he wasn't getting away from that one.
It's going to be 3rd down and less than a yard. That was usually Gonzalez plays very, very smart, and that is unlike him. It's going to be 3rd and short. Priceville lines up. Fairview showing the blitz. Priceville going from right to left.
Tight package.
They take the snap, hand it off to Clemens. He cuts it back against the grain. He's got the first down across the 40. He's going to get down to about the 38-yard line. And that's going to be another Josh Phillips Impact Mortgage first down.
Looks like Priceville stringing together a few first downs here right after the half, so that's much needed for this offense. But, you know, the Aggies are holding it together, just getting beat just a little bit.
3:20 left in the third quarter. Fairview leads by 3 scores, 21-0. England in the shotgun takes a snap. He's going to run it off the left side. And, man, we're getting more holding. There's Gonzalez in on the tackle, but not before he picks up about 7 or 8 yards. And, no, they're saying he got 10. That's another Josh Phillips Impact Mortgage first down. Ball is going to be spotted. Looks like it's going to be down to about the 29.
So the Bulldogs on the near side.
Going from right to left.
Yes, they're just pushing him out. Yeah.
You know, England takes a snap, hands it off to Blitz Clemens. He's picking his way through the line. And, man, he is running hard, but then he run into Cale Foster. Picked up about 2, maybe 3 yards, but they're going to say, good Lord. Talk about a left foot spot. I thought he picked up 4. They're saying he picked up 7. It's going to be 2nd down and 3, maybe 4 yards to go. Fairview's defense on its heels a little bit right here, Eric.
Yeah, like I said, there's nothing special coming off of Priceville's side of the offense, but they're doing it effective right now.
England lines up at shotgun. He's going to run it himself, trying to get up the middle, and, man, he went nowhere. Eli Frost on the tackle put him down. I mean, man, that looked like a starving man attacking a pepperoni pizza right there. I mean, he went after it, and he wasn't going to let go. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 4 yards to go. England lines up in his shotgun. Cancel that. They've got a new quarterback in. That is Tide Borden, number 6. I do not see England on the sideline. Not sure where he's at. They send a man in motion. They're going to hand it off to him on a jet sweep. He's trying to get to the edge, and he gets the edge, but then he meets a white Tide of jerseys. Let's see where they spot it. It's going to be very close to the sticks. It's going to be number 26, Carson Jones, on that tackle, and he makes the tackle just shy of the sticks. It's going to be 4th down, less than a yard, Eric.
I think they were trying to catch the Aggies off guard there to try to push this in for 3rd down. So
let's wait and see.
We've got 50 seconds until the end of the 3rd quarter. Priceville's going to run a play.
And the crowd's starting to make some noise. Quarterback takes it. He's trying to go up the middle. He's hit immediately. He's not going to get it. He's going to lose about 8 yards. Cannot tell who made the tackle because the whole defense was there.
That was about a 10-yard loss, Chris.
That will push them back to about the 30-yard line. We're going to wait and see the spot, but Fairview's going to take over on downs. Big time stop by the Aggie defense.
Yeah, Priceville elected to go for it on 4th down there instead of the field goal. Did not make it, so that's going to cost them points.
That's going to be, they're going to spot the ball at about the 24-yard line. I'm guessing they're giving him forward momentum. I mean, when he finally came down, he was back around the 35.
Well, there's been some questionable calls here by the refs. Just a little favorite. Friday night home cooking, you know.
Well, it happens. It happens. Okay. Barrett York's going to line up in the shotgun. He's got a man beside him. He hands it off to him. He's going to go off the left side. Big time cut. Got to see him. He's across the 40. The 45 had one man to beat. That was number 26 on that carry.
That was Carson Jones.
Great run for Carson Jones. Picks up the Josh Phillips Impact Mortgage 1st down. And, Eric, that was a run of about 25 yards. Look, he had one guy to beat, and he made a shoestring tackle.
Nothing different than what they've been doing. Have one man to beat to run it to the house.
They hand it off to him again. He's going to go off the left guard. He's going to get about 2 yards before being brought down by the Bulldog defense.
Similar play call right there. Bulldogs ready for it. Let's see what they do here. They may be taking it to the end of the 3rd quarter. I believe that's right. We're going to 4 here, folks.
Score 21-0. Fairview leads at the start of the 4th quarter. We'll be right back on Friday Night Live.
In the game of mortgages, experience matters. Meet Josh Phillips, a veteran with over 13 years in the mortgage industry. As the leader in the local mortgage community, Josh is more than just a lender. He's a partner who believes in making an impact. At Impact Mortgage Group, they're not just making mortgages. They're making a positive impact on borrowers and our community. You can experience the difference too with Josh Phillips at Impact Mortgage Group.
I'm Josh Phillips of Impact Mortgage Group. You can reach me at 256-338-2920, and I'll show you how my experience can help impact your next home purchase.
NMLS number 338177. We've spent a lot of time on this. The investigation is finally over. We uncovered several leads, and we have finally found it. We have found what every small business in Coleman has been looking for. Fiber optic quality internet is here. Utilizing cutting-edge radio technology, Cyber Broadband is now able to offer fiber optic quality internet in the immediate downtown Coleman area and most Coleman industrial parks. More information is available by calling Cyber Broadband, 256-734-1077, 256-734-1077, or on the web at cyberbroadband.net.
Welcome back to Friday Night Live. We've got a scoring update for you right now. The score in the Good Hope Vinemont game, 39-12 Good Hope leads. Start of the 4th quarter, it's going to be 2nd down and 8. The ball's across midfield at the 47, going from right to left. Colt Redding takes a snap, hands it off to Jones off the right guard. He rolls forward up to about the 45. It's going to be a pickup of a couple of yards. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 5.
Slow to get up for Priceville. Number 54 offensive lineman right there.
Well,
defense.
Well, he plays both ways, actually, and you're starting to see the big guys for Priceville. They're starting to get gassed a little bit. One of the things that Fairview definitely uses to their advantage is they are superbly conditioned. Sort of like you and I were back in high school.
Absolutely. Just chiseled stone.
Right.
I mean,
Colt Redding in the shotgun. Jones beside him. He rolls to his right and gets hit as he throws. But he's got a receiver.
Nice grab.
Very, very close to the sticks. It's all going to depend on where they spot it. Looks like one of the officials is spotting it right at the 39. And it's going to bring up 4th down and less than a yard.
Boy, I believe he had that if it was home field.
That was just a good play by Colt Redding to get that ball off. He was under a lot of pressure. They're going for it on 4th and 1. They hand it off to Jones. Big hole. He's going to be across the 40 down to about the 35. They're going to spot him down at about the 34. Pickup of 7. They needed a half yard. That's a Josh Phillips Impact Mortgage. First down for the Aggies.
Aggies well enough organized to quick snap that on 4th down. 4th and 1.
Very, very smart.
Got the plenty of yardage for the first down, and now they have a fresh set here to try to do something. And here we go.
It's going to be 1st and 10. They take it, hand it off to Jones. He's hit after about a 2-yard gain. Pumping his feet, man, moving those chains, but just can't quite get it.
They're pushing Priceville around just a little bit, but I tell you, like I keep saying, Priceville looks well coached. They're not completely out of position to make some plays. They are getting gas. They were showing signs in the first half, and here it comes back.
Coleman is right now, they're in a barn burner of the game. Jasper leading 13-12 at the start of the 4th quarter. Fairview's got the ball, 2nd down, about 8. Barrett York is going to run it himself. He goes off right guard. He gets by one, lowers his shoulder on another one. He's going to be up close to the sticks. I think he's short, Eric, but I think it's going to be 3rd and a very makeable. Let's see where they spot it. They're going to say about 2 yards. 3rd and 2 for the Aggies. So guess who checks back into the game? Mr. Eli Frost.
Eli with a little bit of break on those legs as he's been chugging like a locomotive. So a much needed rest, and he's coming back here.
I mean, he's got all 3 touchdowns.
He does, and he's had some hard running, and he's looked good doing it.
It's going to be 3rd down, about 2 yards to go. Barrett York takes a snap. Frost gets a handoff, easily picks up the first down and then some. He's going to gain about 7 yards. That will be another Josh Phillips Impact Mortgage. First down for the Aggies. It's going to move the ball down to inside the red zone about the 17, Eric.
Looking like he's running downhill on that one. Looking well. Now they got the ball down in dangerous territory here on the 26.
Frost stays in the game. He lines up to the right. Colt Redding in at quarterback. Trips to the near side. There's the snap. Hands it off to Frost on the left. He's going to be chopped down after a pickup of about 4, maybe 5 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd and 6. They're going to say he picked up 4. Y'all, I've noticed something. Whenever they line up trips and Frost lines up opposite of the trip side, man, they're running to that. They're running into that. They got an overload of blockers. Frost is out there. He's to the right. Twins to either side. They've got the defense spread. Colt Redding is back at quarterback.
They're showing blitz here on the left side. Let's see what they do. Toss
They're going to run the option. He pitches it out to Frost. He's across to the 10. Very close to the end zone. Waiting on a signal. Touchdown. No, wait. I am sorry, folks. No call yet. I thought that was a touchdown call, but it was not. It's going to be brought down just shy of the goal line. It's going to be 1st and goal now from about the 2-yard line. That was a Josh Phillips Impact Mortgage. First down for the Aggies. Carson Jones in. He's beside Redding. They hand it off to him. He's going to go right up the middle. Touchdown, Aggie.
No stopping that locomotive. They just had too much momentum there. Able to easily walk in the end zone on that play.
And again, those big guys up front that I called out earlier, They are blasting open some holes for the Aggies.
That takes them up 27-0 with the pending extra point here.
Colt Redding lines up.
As we have 7:42 left in this game.
I will say this about the offense Priceville runs. It shortens the game considerably.
Well, you know, and I've definitely noticed it. It's been speedy to say the least.
Colt Redding lines up. There's a hold. Kick is up. Nice. Kick is good. And that extra point provides an extra degree of protection for the Aggie lead. If you're looking for the extra degree of service for all your insurance needs, give Kalia at 212 Insurance Group a call. Providing the extra degree of service since 2021 with over 10 years of insurance experience. 212 is the official insurance of the Fairview Aggies. And I've got to say this, I consider Kalia and her family personal friends of mine. You will not find a nicer person.
Love Kalia. She does a great job.
And, okay, Hartselle currently up over Jackson Olin. That's our old school, 21-0. Decatur down to the Austin Black Bears, 21-0. Let's see who else we got. Let's see. Russellville currently leading Deschler 20-13. Hopefully Deschler comes back. Guntersville beating the Lawrence County Red Devils 14-0. Do I sound like I don't care for Russellville? Absolutely, folks. I don't. And that goes back a long way.
Well, it's well documented, Chris, and then into the annals of the Hall of Fame there. So
right.
We'll just leave it there so you can discover it for yourself.
Yeah. Just hopefully nobody sees that game film from my 9th grade year. Colt Redding approaches the ball. There is the kick. Kicks it deep that time. It's going to go down to about the 10 where it's received. He comes back trying to get to the right. That's England.
Uh-oh.
And he just got blasted. Oh, my goodness. Colton Jennings absolutely lowered the boom on him and brought a couple of friends. We'd like to take this moment to say hello to all the Jennings clan. You know, we've gotten to know them through the years, and say hello to Grandma Jennings, who usually listens to us.
Speaking of grandmas, I'd love to say hello to your granddad.
Well, and
I hope he's doing well.
Dad is at home right now. He's listening to us, and he says you're doing all right. Priceville comes out. We got whistles. Let's wait and see what the signal is. The official looks like he's given the raise the roof signal, and I'm not quite sure what that means. We're still waiting.
Right now, as it stands, it's 1st and 10 on the 24 for Priceville, behind 28-0 here in the 4th.
He did the running man for a moment at the 45-yard line, and now we're going to get the playoff. England sends a man in motion. He hands it off to him on a jet sweep, trying to get to the edge on the wide side of the field. Gets by one tackler, rumbles his way forward, very close to the sticks.
The only successful play that Priceville's really been able to do is catch him out on the edge, and they happened to that time for a gain of about 8.
It's going to bring up 2nd down, about 2 yards to go. And, that's been the only success they've had. When they can get to that edge, they can pick up some yardage. But against the tackles, between the tackles, they're not getting anything. England in the shotgun takes a snap, hands it off to Clemens, tries to get to the outside, and he gets blasted. But he's going to make his way across the 35 to about the 36-yard line. That will be enough for Josh Phillips, Impact Morgan's first down for the Aggies.
And just to update you on some other teams in the Fairfield region, we've got Brewer down 13-21 versus Arab, and Ardmore unable to score much here, 0-48 against West Morgan.
Wow. There's a snap. England hands it off to Clemens, going off the right side. He's chopped down immediately. That's going to be a pickup of 1, and I couldn't tell who was in on the play because it looked like the whole defense and half the sideline was. Excellent job of game tackling. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 9 for the Aggies. For the Bulldogs. I misspoke. They immediately get to the line of scrimmage. 6 minutes left in this ball game. And they're trying to run quick, send a man in motion, hand it off to him on a jet sweep, going off the left side. Got blockers. He's across the 40 up to about the 45. They're going to say forced out of bounds at the 47. He only had to get to the 45, though. I think picked up another Josh Phillips Impact Mortgage first down.
I think Priceville maybe have discovered their bread and butter here a little bit too late in this game, but attacking the edge is getting them yards, and they were able to do it again right there.
Fairview decides to take a timeout and regroup. We're going to take a timeout as well. 5:48 left of the game. Fairview up 28-0. We'll be right back on Friday Night Live.
Are you ready to make your next move in Coleman? Hi, I'm Tommy.
And I'm Angela. We're not just realtors, we're a family dedicated to helping yours.
We're not just about buying or selling property. We're about building connections within our community.
From local schools to charity events, we're active because we care about Coleman.
When you use us, you're not just getting one realtor, you're getting a team working around the clock for you.
With our experience and expertise, we'll guide you through every step of the process.
We're the Warhurst Team Realtors at Hagamore Realty Group.
We make it happen, you make it home.
Coleman Appliance Repair is your locally owned and operated appliance and repair company. Servicing most models and brands, they can be found on Facebook or Google for in-home appliance repair needs. Proudly supporting Coleman area athletics and collegiate football. When that appliance frustrates you and you're in need of a repairman, Robert Brantley is ready to help. You can call him at 256-507-3415 or find him on Facebook, Google, or online at ColemanApplianceRepair.com.
Welcome back to Friday Night Live. It's going to be first down and 10. Priceville takes a snap. Quarterback rolls to his left. Oh, he is going to be slung out of bounds. It wouldn't surprise me to see a flag on that one. He made it across midfield. That was number 50 on that play. Eric Gonzalez was able to get over there after a 5-yard gain, and he really put a hurting on that quarterback. England is very slow getting up after that.
Well, that quarterback has taken a beating tonight. That was a very tough tackle. Borderline horse collar. Tossed him out of bounds like a rag doll, but he's bounced back up ready for the snap right here.
I'm glad that they didn't flag that. That would have been a very questionable penalty.
I agree.
It's going to be 2nd and 5. They send a man in motion. They hand it off to him, trying to get a jet sweep, and he's going to be slung out of bounds, this time by number 14, Jake Harper on the play. Harper stayed at home, kept containment, and that was no gain on that play. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 for the Bulldogs. Big down here for the Aggies. You got to think they're in 2-down territory, Eric, with 5:19 left in the ball game and down by 4 touchdowns.
Well, yeah, they've got to go ahead and just open it up, do what they want to do. There's no sense in being conservative right now.
England is back in the shotgun. Sends a man in motion. He's going to pitch it to him, trying to get to the edge, and he hits a burst of speed and then is brought down. He got by the first guy. The second guy got him. I couldn't tell who it was on the tackle, but he only picked up a yard, and it was tough running. Something I liked that I just saw, the Fairview Aggies, a couple guys were knocked down for Priceville, and they helped them up.
Yeah, showing some class there. It's been a tough game, but that's what you want to see.
Exactly. It's going to be 4th down and a long 4 yards to go for Priceville. Watch for the jet sweep right here. Watch for the jet sweep. And the quarterback's going to run it himself right up the middle. He didn't get it. He did not get it. He's going to be 2 yards short, and it's going to be Fairview ball. They take over on downs at their own 44-yard line.
Well, Priceville going with something tried and true. Didn't work out for him that time, and sure enough, a turnover, and the Aggies will have another series to run and see what they can do with 4:14 left in this ball game.
Well, I am no prophet, but here is what I'm going to say I think they're going to do. I think the Aggies are going to run the clock. I think the Aggies are going to run, because that clock is your friend.
Look, that's what's got them here right now so far in this ball game, and why would you change it up? Eli, he looks like a beast. He looks like he's still fresh right here. So let's see what they do.
Well, if it works, keep going. Don't stop. They're going to hand it off. That's number 14 on the carry who's in at running back. That's Jake Harper. And he's another one of these talented Fairview running backs. They've got a whole stable of them. And I've got some friends, in the Fairview family who've told me about some of the young ones coming up on the junior high team. So it's sort of like, what they say about Alabama with Nick Saban, they don't rebuild, they reload.
Well, Coach Redding's got a good system over there. He treats his players, in true fashion, teaches them. It's got a great staff, and it's showing right here.
2nd and 3, there's a handoff. It's going to go to Harper again. He's off left guard. He's across the 45, down to the 40. Big pickup by number 14, Jake Harper. That moves the sticks for another Josh Phillips Impact Mortgage first down. And, man, 3 minutes, 27 seconds, that clock just keeps ticking.
I'm just sitting here thinking, a 28-0 ball game looks like a blowout. When you watch the ball game, it's really not. You got both sides fighting. Both sides have not given up. It's encouraging to see, and that's, it's just good football and just a little bit better by the Aggies.
Here's a shotgun snap. Harper's in the backfield. Redding takes it, hands it off to him. He makes a nice bounce cut to the outside.
Nice
on the
cut.
right side, he's got one man to beat. He's down to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Aggies.
Boy, that was a great cut right there.
What a beautiful run. 39 yards by Jake Harper. And that young man, who is a sophomore, just showed him, hey, I can do it too.
Well, at about the 15-yard line, he had a cut, and I swear it had to be 3 yards wide. But just out-juked the defender there and then basically walked in the end zone. Fresh legs there, and he sure looked good on that one.
Colt Redding lines up for the extra point. And let's see if we can tack it on to make the score 35-0. There's a snap, the kick, it's up.
Right down the middle.
And it is right down the middle. That extra point provides an extra degree of protection for the Aggie lead. And if you're looking for the extra degree of service for all your insurance needs, give Kalia at 212 Insurance Group a call, providing the extra degree of service since 2021 with over 10 years of insurance experience. 212 is the official insurance of the Fairview Aggies. Wow. Man, it's
after all those points last year, it's nice to see that Fairview hasn't dropped off that much. Priceville working through a lot of things right now. Hasn't put any points on the board, but I can tell you they are still fighting out there. But
they are.
Fairview's really showing their colors today.
Well, last year it was a very different story when these two teams met, and this year there's been some success on offense for Priceville, and one of our old classmates, Ben Murphy, just said, "Man, y'all got a great running scheme." Thank you, Ben. We certainly do. Call this kickoff for me, Eric.
Here comes the kick from the Aggies. Looks like another squib kick down to the 25. Able to advance a couple yards there by Priceville, so they'll get the ball back with 2:46 left in this ball game, down 35-0. So let's see if Priceville tries anything new here, if they go the old tried and true. They really haven't ran a lot of different plays tonight. They've moved the ball a few times, mainly when they caught the edge, and just kind of outflanked the Aggies on defense. So,
well, it's getting close to desperation time. There's 2 minutes, 46 seconds left on the game clock. And,
what bothers me, there's no receivers out here. They've got a tight bunch, and they need to move the ball. Let's see what they're doing. Oh.
He's going to look to pass. He's back, trying to go deep. Under pressure, he's got a man at the 30 complete. And big hit, forcing him out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. Going to be close to the sticks. Be a pickup of about 8 yards, Eric. That quarterback rolled out, and it's a new quarterback who's in the ball game. It's number 8 for Priceville, Sincere Baker, who is out there.
We've got Jake England up on the sideline now. Looks like he was shaken up on that play. Don't know if he hit his throwing hand on the motion, but we're going to see the other quarterback here.
It's going to be second down, about 1.5 to go. Priceville takes a snap, bad snap. It's on the ground. He is hit. The ball's on the ground still, and they're whistling it dead. Oh, man, I think they blew the whistles too soon. It's a big-time loss all the way back to about the 26-yard line for Priceville. But that very easily could have been Fairview ball. It's going to be a loss, man, of about 16 yards. It's going to bring up third down and 15.
I think that was the right call. I think he was down once. I think the ground maybe caused a fumble on that one, but nevertheless, a huge loss. First snap for the new quarterback here, and let's see what happens here.
He's going to snap it, hand it off on a jet sweep, going around the edge. He gets to the edge, has one blocker. Oh, my word. I can't tell who made that hit. There was so many white jerseys, but he absolutely got decleated, Eric. It's going to be fourth down and very long, about 13.
Looks like Priceville's going to send out the punt unit here. No sense in going for it deep in their own territory.
Minute 46 left in the ball game, and we got some guys coming on the field late, some guys coming off the field late. You know, this Priceville team's a pretty young team, and I think we've seen some inexperience here. But as these kids get older, they're going to be pretty solid. There's a snap. Kick is up. It's high but short. It's going to bounce at about the 45. Takes a big Priceville bounce down to the 30 to the 26-yard line where it'll be killed there. Fairview will take over at the 26. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back on Friday Night Live.
Hey, Coleman drivers. Are you tired of the hassle and confusion when it comes to buying a car? Well, we've got fantastic news for you. Meet Adam Aker at Mitch Smith Chevrolet in Coleman, your go-to guy for a no-nonsense car buying experience.
Hey, folks. Adam here. You know, buying a car shouldn't be stressful. That's why at Mitch Smith Chevrolet, we pride ourselves on transparency, trust, and there's never any BS at MS.
That's right. Adam Aker and the Mitch Smith Chevrolet team are changing the game.
I live and breathe Coleman, just like you. So when you step into our showroom, you're not just another customer, you're family. Together, we'll find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs and budget. Remember, Adam Aker, Mitch Smith Chevrolet, what's not to love?
If you mention you heard Adam Aker on the radio, he'll get you $250 off your next auto purchase. Adam Aker at Mitch Smith Chevrolet.
And welcome back to Friday Night Live with just over a minute left. It looks like the Aggies are lining up in victory formation. They've got Eli Frost back deep. I thought originally it looked like a punt formation, Eric, but they're just letting the clock wind down. We're down to a minute now, and there's no need for them really to run another play. Just get the clock down inside of 5.
Yeah, we're under a minute now. We're at 53 seconds.
You know, Priceville, this is a learning experience for them.
Well, sure it is. You know, and not every team is going to be able to be at that high level every year, especially at the high school level. These are kids. They're in school. They got classes. You know, good on them for gutting through this game here tonight. It wasn't easy. I've seen a lot of them here on the training tables on the side. Quarterback comes out late, getting roughed up here. But, you know, they're standing tall.
It was a very physical game.
Well, it was, you know, and you can tell by looking at the Aggie team. There's some big old boys out there.
Well, they're going to snap it now and then take the knee. That's going to start the clock back. We're down to 5, 4. And I believe they're going to call it right there. They're going out to shake hands. This one is in the books. Fairview avenges the loss of 2 years in a row. Fairview wins 35-0. Big time game by the Aggies. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with a recap after these messages on Friday Night Live.
Founded in 1887, Coleman Savings Bank serves the people of Coleman with a full line of banking services. One of those services is their legacy checking account, available to those 50 plus, military, teachers, policemen, and firefighters. It features no monthly service charge, interest earned on any balance, free paper or e-statements, and 2 free boxes of checks per year, along with other features. You can stop by any one of 4 convenient locations and ask them about the legacy checking account, or visit www.colemansavingsbank.com for more information. Coleman Savings Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Alabama, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Hey, Sheriff Matt Gentry here. Hey, on behalf of the Coleman County Sheriff's Office, and we look forward to seeing everybody at the ball field. We pray God's blessings on each and every one of y'all. Hey, when you're coming to and from the ball field, stay safe. Don't be distracted in driving. Make sure if you go somewhere afterwards, don't drink and drive, but have a great season and take care. God bless.
Welcome back to Friday Night Live, and we have a final score here now. The score 35-0. Fairview rolls to a victory. And, Eric, what's jumped out to you about this game?
Well, you got two teams that were putting up a lot of points last year. We get out here. We know Priceville's going through some rebuilding this year, some younger guys, even though they do have a senior quarterback. But, the Aggies of Fairview, they just stuck with what's tried and true, worked through a few penalties, but, their running game is so strong. They were able to pass the ball just enough to open that and get them unpredictable and move that ball. And on the Priceville side of things, they had a little bit of success. I don't know that they have the personnel to keep doing that, at least to this Fairview Aggie team. But there was fight definitely in both teams. They were excited and ready to play tonight. And I was pleased with the overall performance of the Fairview Aggies. They really looked pretty complete out there.
Well, next week, Fairview is they're going to travel and play at East Limestone. That's going to be a big game. Fairview's 2-0. They're rolling, scoring a lot of points, and not really giving up many. Meanwhile, Priceville is struggling a bit. They're starting the season 0-2. They've scored 14 points this season, while they've given up a whole lot. I mean, they've given up 49. And next week they go to Madison County. It's going to be a tough game for them. And I wish them luck.
I wish them luck as well. And looking at they're lined up on the side of the field here, a lot of young faces out there. You can tell they're younger than the Aggies are right now, and there's just going to be a lot of learning going on there.
Well, there is, and to me, the story of this game, the offensive line of Fairview just basically was able to impose their will.
Exactly.
I mean, you said it earlier, and you stated it very well. They imposed their will and did what they wanted to do, and it showed. The age and experience on the Fairview sideline, it really it showed.
Well, much like this broadcast booth, age and experience gives you a fine experience overall. So I think we've lived up to that, and definitely the Aggies showed it tonight, and they should be proud. They're 2-0 moving on to next week.
Right. Well, next week you're going to have a different broadcast team for the Aggies game. I'm very sorry to say that to you guys, because we'll be going back and covering my old high school, Hartselle, for one game. And then me and my dad will be back in the broadcast booth the following week. You've been listening to the Fairview Aggie Network. Thanks to Kalia at 212 Insurance Group for all she's done. Congratulations to Kel Foster on winning Player of the Week last week. And now we got to start thinking who wins this week. But you'll stay tuned. Listen for the Aggie Roundup. It'll either be on Wednesday or Thursday night. We'll be announcing that on Facebook. And you can tune in and find out who's going to win Player of the Week. Final score here in Priceville, Fairview 35. They roll.